Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Live. My name is Rob. You can find me on Instagram under R3Rips. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up? It's Dylan. I'm excited to be back. What's
Yes,
going
sir. Yes,
on?
sir. Another week, yo. Everybody, okay. It's kind of lit in here real quick. Daniel,
Oh
what's up?
man.
JL,
Daniel, JL, Dill,
Dill,
Silverman,
man,
Malhai, Richard. Look
Lane,
out, Turtle. I know it's late for you, man.
Richard.
Lane. What's going on? Isaac.
Dill is funny.
Autumn Queen goes hard. For some people,
Yeah.
hey, if that's your PC, that's your PC. That's what we say here, right? It's like collect your PC.
Dang, who's the coolest guy in the chat? That's a tough one.
Who's the
But
coolest guy in the chat?
yeah,
Dill is definitely the funniest guy in the
yeah.
chat.
Dill
I'll
is
give you that
Dill is
one.
the grade A troll right there.
Autumn
Any
Queen
opportunity he
pumping.
catching it. Oh shoot. Let's see.
So
Autumn
we've
Queen
got some
pumpkin
fun.
good.
I've got some fun stuff. I got my PSA return here, guys. I don't know if you guys are
Nine,
excited to
nine,
see it or
nine
not.
heaven. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have anything you want to get started with before we jump into the PSA returns? You pick
Not
anything up?
no, we can jump right into it.
Oh, I did. I did rip.
Did you?
Yeah, and I've been on like a 0 out of like 200 megabox rip. You want to see what I got? Actually, I should
Yeah.
pull those out. One sec.
Yo, Dill. Come on, bro. How did they do? Yo, let's go. A nine? Yo, that's perfect. Oh yeah. Hit me up after this, bro. That's what's up. I'm excited about that one. Brazil Hollows is not easy. Tell you that much. What's new, y'all? What did y'all pick up? Anything y'all got? It was a couple auctions, a couple sales. I know y'all had to be picking up something. It's a couple things I'm watching.
Ah, here they are. All right, so I opened up some Series 2 mega boxes and some Reloaded over the weekend with my wife.
Uh-huh.
Over the week, I guess, earlier this week. I'll show you guys what I have here. Um, Hopefully there's no feedback. So starting off, I got this girl here. I remember her name, Journey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with these. Like, do I just sell them at this low market, hold them, and then trade? I don't know. I might end up selling these because
Somebody might need them.
yeah, I'm sure they do. This one's not horrible. I don't
Yeah.
mind check that much, but this one is actually on our list, but it's not one I collect.
Yeah.
But
Birdie.
this was probably one of the best hits I got.
Yeah.
I saw the yellow and I thought it was Aura. I got the male version of Aura. I was a little
It's
disappointed.
a good it's a couple good yellow hits you can have.
I got this one. Black
Dark
Ash likes this
Voyager.
one. I hate this one.
Not Dark Voyager, Vertex.
Yeah, Vertex. I guess this is like one of those like rare ones in
Yeah, it
game.
was a place
But
Xbox exclusive.
yeah, but not one of my favorites. I know the camera's a little glitchy. Sorry.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
this was the other one that's probably my best hit. So this and
Yeah.
Birdie,
That's a
but none of them are PC.
yeah.
So I was disappointed a little bit out of those mega rips.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know. Good
is
old
it
Bob was right, man. I should have
keep it
stuck to
keep it sealed?
buying. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna keep opening. I love opening cards.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep opening regardless. It's
Yeah, I
just
mean
it's hard pulls, man. Hard
I mean,
pulls.
to be honest, series 2 is at a rip price anyway. It's
Oh
the
yeah, it is.
series 1
Here's
is
the
the one
price I
you
got these
kinda
at.
yeah, series 1 is the one you kinda have to as a somebody that likes the rip, you kinda have to factor in the risk you taking in with that one. But yeah, series 2 is at a great rip price if you ask me.
I definitely agree, especially with the pulls you can get. There's so many cards that I want. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna go into them right now because you guys are savages. All right, all of y'all are savages. I try to help
Mhm.
out the community. I told y'all about my Kunos. The day
Uh,
after, I don't know if y'all have seen this, but the day after our last video, when I talked about all my Kunos getting nines,
yeah.
someone listed their PSA 10 Kuno for $2,500. Whoever it was, y'all are savage and messed up, and I sent them an offer of $45 because
Well,
they thought it was a $45 card before.
in their defense, they might have went off the list, bro.
I'm just saying, it's
There
funny.
goes
It's like I missed on all
it's
20
a
of mine, and then they want to throw it up there for 2,500.
it's the
I was
gift
like, oh
it's
my
the gift
gosh.
and the curse. The gift and the curse.
Like double Midas? Come
Yeah.
on. I know I was talking about the card, but dang.
Oh man, that's funny.
So
I'm trying to get a USA prisoner. Yeah, Richard, that's a definitely a good one because you have the Optichrome already, right? Yeah, Kuno shot up. I was surprised. I didn't know anybody like that skin.
yeah, it's a surprise to me too, right? It's a surprise. And Darth Grader, I can't. Yeah,
Yo,
He don't be playing, guys. So I was
yo,
looking at some
smoke,
of these. All right,
smoke.
my
It was
Renegade. I'm gonna.
hilarious.
So like, I was looking at some of these, and I just didn't understand.
What? Oh, you looked over them? You
Oh,
had to already.
only some.
Yeah.
I opened like one. That's how like I made. I had to make some.
I mean, you only have to look over some when you have a perfect 83 card submission, right?
Yeah. So like the ones I had to look over, they were my box. These are some of my Tims. I'll show you guys. I
Darth
completed
Vader.
this set.
That's a dope set to complete for sure.
So if you guys,
That's an expansive
this is
set
like the
too.
first time I had like an actual goal of
Mhm.
like completing a set, because when I saw this, these came out in the shop together.
Mhm.
Um, so I got tins on all of them.
Yeah.
So that was
That,
big for me because, first of all, I talk about these three skins even not in the gold form.
yeah.
Hush, wild card, and
Mhm.
chaos agent. So getting these completed was a big win for me. So
That's an expansive set too. That set is pretty big if you did the whole thing. When it comes to Midas, Agent Pilly, it's a pretty big set if you went with the whole system of it.
yeah, but like Midas isn't wearing a white suit though in this set, right?
Huh?
He's not wearing the white suit
Uh-uh.
in the card.
He's
Yeah,
wearing the
so
he's just wearing the black vest.
that's what made this like really special to me. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
uh,
but anybody that wants to complete a set that is connected to Midas in Series 3,
mhm.
that's the set to do. I think that's a very interesting set. Obviously Frozen is a guaranteed set within it, but that's a dope one. Having the Midas, the Agent Pilly, the double agents, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. So I guess we can get into some of these Renegade Raiders. So
7.
this got a 7, and the front is really clean. Like I don't know how I got a 7. It has one little white on the border. I don't know if you can see that. Wait, let me see.
No, I can't really. Let me see.
It's there. You go. It's really clean.
Yeah,
He gave it a 7. Let me see on the back.
yeah, it doesn't look that bad at all, honestly.
I don't know why it's so glitchy. I guess because I'm on Wi-Fi here. So that was disappointing. I hope it's not that glitchy always.
No. Yeah, Lane, I think they will soon. I do.
Maybe I'll get off of Wi-Fi. Let me see.
I think that's really good business wise for them. I think a lot of people respond to that $15 submission. So I think they'll do it again soon for sure.
So what is it at right now? Because I haven't looked.
Oh, you mean what did it go back to? I think it what is it? I can't even remember now for that one. But what is it? 20 is it 25? 20? 19? I can't remember. What is it? Yeah, what's the standard now? Isaac said Italy corner has to be
What?
creased to get that. Has to be
eh,
creased to get that low, right? Dill, I that's what I thought. Well, no,
Which one?
I think a 5 is a crease, right? Isn't
Oh,
where
you're
does the
talking about
crease
the. Are you talking about
the
what do you
sevens?
call it? The sevens?
He was saying it has to be creased to get like a 7 and below, right? Because I think it's a 5 that is a crease and down or something like that.
I mean, this is one of the cards I could attend,
I can't
and they gave
remember.
me a 7.
Yeah, 19 for Collectors Club. That is.
Like I really don't understand this one. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. Like I don't. It's super sharp corners.
And it doesn't seem too tough of a surface, like as the card in general, for like the base cards. But
Yeah, it doesn't. I guess that's possible. I don't know. That's one of the ones that surprised me. I did get some 9s, but that 7 looked better than some of my 9s.
yeah,
Like here's my
like
9, and like the 7 looked better than this 9
cause
corner wise. You probably can't see it, but the other one looked better.
yeah, because I know a 7 is usually like an indentation. Like a 7 is usually like an indentation or something. But that's kind of a card that you can see it easier than a crystal shard, cracked ice, or a hollow. But I don't know. They seen something, I guess.
There's an 8. I mean, these were my best ones. I have more Renegade Raiders, and I ripped some Reloaded recently.
Yeah,
There's a black mark on this bag. This one got a 6.
yeah, I agree, Dill.
So But that's I got a lot of Renegade Raiders. We won't go through all of them.
Yeah. Because your highest grade was a 9, right? Did you get it? You got a 9, right?
Yeah, I did. I got several 9s. I
Yeah.
got 3 9s, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That 10 is hard. I shouldn't have sold it. My 9 for my Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Still can't 10 him. Like, some of the things like, this is a 10 to me. Like, I just looked at it again. I don't know why they gave this a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's blurry, but it's sharp corners in real life. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sending in any more reloaded. What I might do is, I don't know how many of you guys are going to the National, but I might just take some reloaded there. To be honest, some Renegade Raiders. I might save all my Renegade Raiders to send in to go there.
Yeah.
So I struck out, as y'all know, the Kunos, but I also struck out with all my spark plugs.
Spark plugs.
This is a 9. So, I mean, the main thing that you have to look for are these blue edges.
Yeah.
Because I guess because it's a white gradient, I don't know what happened, but I think that's what's causing all these 9s.
Mm-hmm.
But as I say this, some of these look really good, so I don't even know. Like this one got an 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's you got hit pretty hard on that one, but
I did. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. All 9s. But I mean, I'm not that bummed out about it. But I can still show you the rest of the stuff I got. So I got Elite Agents. I didn't put these in bag checks. I haven't gone through these. They all 9'd.
Lane said how many
Except
how
for
many
1 8. I got 1 8.
Lane said how many spark plugs did you send?
I sent in 10 spark plugs. And they all 9'd, got 1 8, I think. This is a PC card. This is not
8.
This is not a pump. This is a PC card, and it got an 8. Manic, I still cannot 10 Manic. Got a 9 on Manic.
Yeah, I 9 my Manic too back then.
Now this is a great card, but got a 7.
Links.
Oh, I haven't gotten to my focuses yet. These I want to sleeve.
JL said, did the elite agents have the line or no?
Yeah, all mine had I had 6 elite agents. They all had the line, and they pretty much all 9'd. This is my best links, and it got a 9. I sent in 3. It looks like they put my cards out of order. Is that normal?
No. I mean, it may happen with larger submissions.
That's a little strange, but like really out of order because all my focuses went together, all my links went together. So, like, I don't know how all these got mixed
You mean
up.
when you submitted them, you had them all together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I organized
obviously.
them all together.
Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah, obviously because you put quantity. So, yeah, it might have just been the submission size and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know how
A bunch of these
common it
series
is.
2 got 8s. Like almost all of them.
Yeah.
This one probably is an 8 though. This one actually is an 8, but another PC card of mine. I cannot 10 this one either.
Slabs on slabs.
We got more focuses. Another elite agent. Another 9 Kuno. Like, it's really weird how they got these all. I don't know why they did them like that. And I won't go through each one. I was going to, but it looks like it's a little blurry, so I won't go through each Kuno, but 9. Oh. Spark plug 9. Yeah, I don't know. They got mine all the way mixed up. That's really strange how they did that. So what do you think I should do with these? Keep them in 9s?
if you don't want to deal with PSA again, yeah. But if you open a resubbing or going to SGC, it could possibly be worth it if you feel some of them are tens.
I might as well just hold them for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
What is a 9 worth when there's only 2 10s? Comparative.
Uh,
I have literally have no idea. Because now I have
yeah.
all the 9s, just about. Maybe I should just keep doing that. Sell me all your 9s. Like, just try to complete all the 9s.
Smoke said he'll buy one of each of your nines.
Smoked Out Turn said he'll buy one of each of my 9s. I don't know, because I don't want to rip you off, Turtle, and like I think they're more valuable than what they're selling for right now. So
Yeah, but also Smoke said that we made him realize we made him realize about the character models, the
mhm.
headhunters. Headhunter is that Smoke. I'm hoping for the best for you because headhunter is gonna be a rough one, man.
So
That
what is everybody's when they say they're doing the Headhunter collection? They want to get every single
headhunter model, and
Headhunter
and that's
model.
that's no joke.
Yeah,
That's that's Aura, that's Renegade Raider,
mhm.
that's Nogops, that's Crystal, that's Focus. Who else is it? I can't remember the rest of them off the top of my head. I'm pretty good with the head models, but Headhunter, that's gonna be a fire collection though, for sure. That's I look at that all the time. I think I do want to see. I mean, Jonesy is a hard one, and Ramirez is a hard one because those are pretty extensive. They are the main character head models, but yeah, I think that'll be pretty dope to do.
I do think that's a cool collection. It's nothing I would do, but
You're
I
already
get
doing
it.
it. What are you
But
talking
I'm
about?
not doing that intentionally,
But
though.
you're
You know what I'm
already
saying?
doing it.
I'm
What are you talking about? That's not something I would do. By the way, Focus. Oh, Spark Plug is the other
yeah,
one.
but I'm not doing it because of the head models. I'm just
Bobby, yeah, but
I'm sure there's some that I'm not getting. Like who am I not chasing?
well,
Just
hey, I mean, it's extensive, just like any other one. It's a lot in there, but like Richard brought up, Rustlers in there. Uh,
yeah,
Spark
not
Plug was
collecting that one.
the original one that I was forgetting. But yeah, Headhunter has a pretty extensive list. Obviously, Jonesy, Ramirez. And that's gonna be a fun one. If
Here's a
I had to do
10.
one, I would probably do Ramirez for sure. Which would
Ramirez is a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I think because so Jonesy is the face of Battle Royale, but if you go all the way back when it comes to Save the World, Ramirez is the face of even further back. So those two are definitely two that I really
So and
really
she
enjoy.
was she was in the actual like trailer
Mhm.
for it,
The
the actual
original
movie,
trailer.
and we've showed
Yep.
it on here before. Um, Trying to get our 10 there. So we've showed that before, and so I guess technically she is more OG than Jonesy.
hmm And
And
I
we
know,
really haven't learned her story.
and don't get me wrong, I haven't played too much Save the World. Jonesy's technically in there, but I don't think he's in there. He's in there the same way Ramirez is. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like but somebody can correct me on that. I haven't played too much Save the World. Yeah,
another
Kyrie
10
for sure.
total.
Ramirez collection would be expensive. Headhunters is the most unique because it has a certain, ironically, it just happened that way. It has a certain category that most of that collection fits in. Uh and then Jonesy will be the one where you might as well be collecting another master set at that at that point, trying to do a Jonesy collection.
Yeah, where you get like all the ones that don't even matter, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's because
Or
it'll be it'll definitely be top heavy. I mean, you gotta think about it. You have Black Knight and Skull Trooper off the top. Like that's pretty crazy right there.
I have to say, for as bad as I did on my Kunos,
Mhm,
I did amazing on my focuses.
yeah.
About I don't know how many I got 10 so far. I think so far I have three tens right now.
Yeah, that's solid for focus for sure. The also like I've been thinking about this a lot. Yeah, I've been
Four.
thinking it's a lot of unique sets that people can complete. I think about it way too much. I definitely am gonna put a list together of sets that can be completed. Uh whether no matter how you like to collect. it could be pretty fun. Like we
Yeah,
were just
that's a good
yeah.
thing we should add to the website.
Yeah,
That is true.
that's something I've been working on for about probably 2 months. I've been kind of just curating a couple different collections that can be put together for all types of collectors, especially like if you high budget, low budget, depending on how you like to collect, if it's in game, if it's based off of pop, all those type of things. Is some collections that we can do, especially in the midst of a set that's not coming out. We can have fun with creating some things of our own because we're not getting no marketing anyway.
I appreciate it, Isaac. Yeah, focus is my saving grace. I know I've said this before, but like I know Midas is the top dog. I'm not gonna try to take it away from him, but I think focus long term could challenge Midas personally.
Yeah, for being in second place.
I mean, I think it already deserves second place, but
Yeah.
I mean, you have elite agent in that conversation.
Yeah, I think I to be honest, I think Elite Agent and Focus is kind of
Yeah.
those fluctuation. Like you can kind of debate where they fall in at. Um,
Hmm.
because Focus is like I don't know, like Elite Agent is so OG, and
Yeah.
then the fact that she had to get into the series 3 set when she technically could have been in series 1 or series 2.
Series one or series one or
Yeah,
series two, she would have. Oh
it would
my
have been
gosh, elite
ridiculous.
agent would have been.
Yeah,
And because of how rare it is to get a 10 for elite agent,
yeah,
she's probably the better card to be honest.
yeah.
I like focus more than elite agent. I own elite agent in game and I like the card. I like the skin. I said this before, but I like focus as a skin more,
Mhm.
just like visually and playing with. You know what I mean?
And another it's very it's man, I've been doing a lot of unique research. I'll just say it that way. I've been doing a lot of unique research and it's just so interesting what Fortnite chooses to market throughout time, like from inception of let's go with battle royale. From inception of battle royale until now, like 2018 till now, it's been very interesting to see what Fortnite uses and because the reason why I've been paying attention to that is because we don't know the direction the story is going to go into. Like it's wide open. Like I mean, it might as well be a whole new wave of storylines because I think the next thing that they do is going to be very unique. I think it's going to be something that's dealing with the new Unreal editor. I hate saying that so much.
Yeah,
UEFN.
they need a better name.
Yeah, UEFN.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah, but you know what? I like that they put Fortnite into the name of their editor,
right,
which is
right.
kind of nice. But did you guys see the Attack on Titan like promo
The trade
video?
it was
That
fire.
it the animation was crazy
Yeah,
cool, and
yeah.
I've been working so much I haven't been playing,
Mhm.
but the animation looked crazy cool in that video that I watched, and like I'm ready. They can do movies, they can do shows,
Yeah.
and who are they gonna pick? I don't know. I think Elite Agent and Focus are two good choices that could have their own stories. Elite Agent being Ramirez,
Mm.
right?
I mean,
Hypothetically.
yeah, I think they would be pretty far down the road cameos maybe. Elite Agent, I mean not Elite Agent. I think Focus because we did see her with Dr. Sloan.
Hmm.
Uh Elite Agent was in the beginning of the loading screens. I think it's a lot of stories to be told before they hit that, but yeah.
But I think there are two. I think there are two characters in Fortnite that it would be easy for them to write into some kind of action scene or some kind of storyline. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
my
Ex-
Spookies.
exactly, aka Bog. Exactly. The Fox Clan set. That's
That is
yeah.
a
Y'all know how I feel
that's a
about
good
Fox
set.
Clan. Like that
I like
it's
the Fox. I like that approach, trying to collect all the Fox Clan stuff more
yeah,
than like
that's
the Headhunters. But
yeah.
that's a pretty cool one.
That's the sets that's in there. That's the beauty of it.
Hmm.
I think
How
and
many
then
Fox Clans do we have?
so we have Drift, we have Vi, we have Catalyst. Um
Yeah,
Fade is technically not in the Fox Clan. I think he actually might be an antagonist in that storyline, but he is a part of that story. Who else? Is somebody else I'm missing, but I can't remember. But yeah, the Fox Clan for sure. Doing stuff like all of the pillies, all of the drifts, all of the fish sticks. Drift and pilly will be the most extensive. Those I think Pilly is in almost every set besides the original jump ready to jump stickers. I'm almost positive, somebody quote me on that, and I think Drift is in almost every set besides Series 2. So those are the two top ones. That is that is probably going to be a unique one. Not maybe not hard, but unique.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but this Ghoul Trooper, man, it's clean as hell. This is the glow in the dark. These never come clean. So I've ripped a lot of Reloaded, and the glow in the dark ones get damaged the most.
Mhm.
Um, I can't believe this didn't tin. Corners are sharp. I see no white whatsoever. That's disappointing. But
Yeah.
that was just a side note.
Yeah.
Fox Clan is too easy.
If I mean getting the drift is no joke, man. I tell you that much. I've been trying. That is gonna. I think that I have to get a drift in my collection. That this is probably I usually don't like say stuff before I get it because it's just it's not like I get one card and then I'm out. One or two maybe, but drift is gonna be a tough one. I believe in drift a lot. I think when we talk about stuff like it's crazy because we've mentioned things like, oh, Midas checks all of these boxes, all of these things. Drift does the same exact thing. And so he's very interesting to me. Yeah, I know how I feel about fish stick when it comes to meme skins. uh I
Drift
think
is a
I
good one.
yeah, drift is one I like a lot.
And they already hinted at like a story. They did like a
Hmm.
whole story in like the Twitter feed, and then they deleted it.
Yeah.
Here's
And
another
he
Gold Trooper, and it's a 6.
yeah. So that but yeah, I think it's gonna be some unique sets to be put together for sure.
If anybody's interested in this, I'll probably end up selling this one. This does have a white corner at the top and up there. I guess I don't know why I sent this one in. Did they drop it? I have so many of these, and I sent in an 8. That might have been my bad on
Yeah, the
that one.
loading screens is probably my favorite from Reloaded, easily. Like if I was to put my own set together, it would be well, I guess it would be the top parallel of Series 1, which is the Crystal Shard. If I had to I guess I would have to pick between no, screw it, I'm doing it. Series 1 Crystal Shard, then you're gonna give me a Optichrome, uh laser, the Reloaded, like if
Wait,
I put my own set together. If I put my own set together, it would be Series 1 Crystal Shard, Optichrome, laser from Series 3, and then the reloaded loading screens.
oh, so you're saying like if you made up your own Fortnite
Yep,
set?
just from what's released.
So you
Yeah,
wouldn't do hollows, you go straight Optichrome?
I'll go straight Optichrome.
I think that'd be better than having hollows.
Yeah, straight
Um,
Optichrome, laser, and then a filler will be ready to the actual loading screens for the reloaded.
oh, so the loading screens, not
And then
these one
and
like
then you
this,
have
but like new
yeah.
ones. But
No,
some of
I would
them, some of them
those
are
ones.
Optichrome. Can we do that?
That'd be crazy. That'd
Right?
be dope. Yeah.
Like I like so people ask me about Reloaded. They're like, "Oh, I don't think it'd be a fun rip." Reloaded is way more fun of a rip than any of the series
Mhm.
because in the series, once you get your cracked ice, you don't really care. Let's all
Yeah.
be honest.
Mhm.
Like that's why you're buying the mega box. Now for Reloaded, you can try to hit that Renegade Raider, try to hit the Golden Dark ones you want, and you just always can pull anything from any pack.
Yeah.
Fun wise, Reloaded's great. So like if they could copy that with like you saying some
Mhm.
base loading screens, some
Mhm.
hollow ones,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
But one thing you do gotta remember is it's a good amount of set collectors. So opening a mega box, getting your cracked ice, and then pulling the Optichrome, that is a
Yeah.
win. That is a win.
It's a win, but like in terms of like fun ripping,
Mhm. Yeah, that would be that
it's just not
definitely be
as
better.
fun of a rip.
So,
Let's go. I love that story, Curry. Let's throw up that on the screen.
that's a suck. That's beautiful.
He just wanted see, and that's what I've been saying about like the skins. Like if someone really likes Suki,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have the Suki comic cover now, and you have the Suki card. I don't know if there's any Suki Funko Pops or any other way to collect this skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's
I
pretty
think
cool.
the thing. So wait, hold on. Before I go into that, I'm gonna go. Yo, Richard, this is how mines go. This is how mines go. And even some of that is a little different for me, but this is how mines go. I'm big on Omega, but I don't that's just I'm so biased with that card. I never mention it in that same breath. Like, but Omega for me, he's just so nostalgic. I can't tell when I'm being clear headed or not. So I usually leave that up to other people.
To me, it's hard. I'm biased. I'm not even gonna say it. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, because I mean, because okay, I'll say this: what I know for sure when it comes to Omega lines up to what I feel based off of it being a PC card. I just kind of just stash that to the side because I don't want to talk about it too much. But Omega, yeah, Omega's a man. That's a card to easily a card easily. That would let me see. Yeah, Jo. Hey, Italy 10. That's what's up. Look at that beauty. It's 80.
Now this is only because I couldn't find a USA Zadia. I had to get an Italy one, but it 10, so I'm
Yeah,
not mad at it. I'll take it.
it's 80. Yeah, Jo. It's very interesting when it comes to US versus international now. What's going on with with the dollar as we speak. I'm very interested to see the effects that have over the next couple years and kind of just, you know, paying attention to that as close as possible. But it's definitely going to be an interesting couple years when it comes to that, if not longer. Definitely longer.
And another 8 for this one. All right, I think that's my entire return, unless I'm missing some somewhere.
Yeah, Kyrie, that is for sure, especially with how good the crystal shards and the cracked ice look. I definitely think that people can come in just based off the aesthetic. I mean, we hear it all the time. A lot of people just collect a car because it looks nice or it looks cool. I've heard that so many times, especially with just DMing other collectors. Is definitely a is definitely an interesting thing to see how people adapt to the Fortnite card market, especially with no marketing. We've had no marketing. That's the beauty of this hobby. It's kind of you have to find your way to Fortnite cards. Like it's like this path of luck that happens to find your way to Fortnite cards. If you're not, and that's if you're not already a card collector. That's the thing.
Well, see,
If you,
that's why I think like the current market is so tricky. Like we can talk about like Omega. We can talk
mhm,
about I'd put Gold Trooper ahead of Omega for me.
for
But like
you,
I
yeah,
understand where people are coming from. Like I understand why someone can. So we won't
mhm,
really know like who the nostalgia hits hardest for
mhm.
until we get that like that surge of
and
people.
it's and it's always
It's gonna shake the whole hobby. I think whenever it
and
happens, it's gonna shake everything.
I think the word I like to use is I think it's gonna round out the hobby because like even if like nostalgia is strong, but not nostalgia specific to obviously like to specific it's specific to people and how they've experienced the game. And with that being said, I think that it will bring in more collectors of specific skins. But as time goes on, it will get very interesting. And I
Like
don't like even like for our Omega, I'll be honest, I don't think throughout time people will ever realize the importance of Omega. I really don't because if they
that's what
did,
I struggle with is that there are people who do in game. Some people can recognize the purple lights Omega, right?
mhm,
Some people can recognize that. Some it might just go over their head, looks like like a spacesuit or whatever. But the question is, the people who do recognize it, you know they're OG. You know they've been playing for forever, so they may have the strongest nostalgia.
mhm.
So like maybe they do better than stuff like Focus and Aura. I don't
Yeah,
necessarily
because
know,
I
but
think it's the when I talk about nostalgia, I don't even like sometimes I won't even reference it to the way it's viewed in game
mhm.
throughout time. I've referenced it more to the experience of that time. Cause
Yeah,
that's yeah, like and that's like that's what you were getting at with the purple lights. And I think that's where it's more important. Like the experience that was had with those skins will affect how you collect if you are a gamer. It doesn't mean that because
You know
another
what?
yeah, go ahead.
Before I lose this thought, what? So this is kind of interesting. So, from a lot of people, and
Hmm.
like this is no joke, probably a majority of Fortnite players really got addicted to the game when COVID hit.
I
Those
think the
first,
second I think the second wave.
yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
saying like addicted. Like I'm
second
not talking
wave.
about in like everyone was addicted to it and playing. Everyone created. That's when I created my friend group because
Yeah,
I was
but
at work, and so like I've seen memes on it and stuff and too. It's like that was a big like
mhm. It was a
splash of players and
mhm,
people bonded with because you couldn't go out.
mhm,
So like when Fortnite first came out, you could go out, you could do all these kinds of things. But when COVID hit, people were making relationships with people that
mhm,
they would have never met before, but they were stuck in the house and they had to find friends to play with, right? So talking about nostalgia,
mhm.
like I remember my first game with some of the people I played with during COVID. Like I remember our first win together and stuff like that, and like the
Mhm.
season and everything like that. So, and I could see like COVID and Fortnite having like some kind of nostalgia in the future. So going
Yeah.
back and looking to like what was the most popular skins then is
Mhm.
not a bad idea.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's
Like what was
100%. I
the
mean,
we can do that, right? Like what
it was
season?
Midas. It
It
was
was the
chapter.
Midas season, right?
Yep, it was Midas. And then that was the unique part because technically we were in the midst of going into chapter two, season two. So
Hmm.
you had the eight balls in that era. Then you have the Midas. And the unique thing about the COVID aspect, the pandemic COVID, and then Midas, the Midas set, which has Sky, Agent Pilly, um, TNT Tina, all of those in that, besides the ones that came out in the item shop, was unique about that as well is that it's considered one of the best seasons.
I
So
mean, it
that's
was the best season.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, and this,
Yeah.
so it was
I
one of
mean,
the
they put
best
so much
seasons.
work into
Yeah.
like each battle pass character had their own
Yep.
story, had their own bedroom you could go into and explore.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, battle pass wise, they put the most work into that.
100%.
Like, and I mean, I thought it paid off.
Yeah. And it was, and I hate to say it, we talk about this all the time. Is so you have these moments in creativity where you have that moment where you complete something that is absolutely amazing, and it'd be like, "Yo, we can't do this every time, right?" Like this,
Right?
that yeah,
They had to
that's
say
like,
that,
yeah,
but
like it was like, yo, like
well, because you remember that was a long season,
that was a long season.
so they must have put a lot of work into it because they let that season ride out for a long time.
And then it went into they kind of did it again with chapter 2 season 4, the Marvel season. They
Not as much, but yeah, they kind
Yeah,
of did it
it
again.
was like we'll put some pieces that really worked, and the things that didn't work we won't stress about it. But if I'll add to that, I agree with that 100%. I think that was the next, that was the heavy, that's going to be heavy nostalgia for sure, and is one of the best times of Fortnite. I think that was the next moment before the original moment. And I'll always say this. I think chapter 1, season 3, well, I guess you go season 2 to 4 was peak Fortnite. Like season 2, you go in there, season 3 it started like when it was at absolute popularity, and season 4 is when it really struck around the world even more. And then season 5 is when it was like balanced at that top, and then obviously you have drop offs in between that, which was one of major ones was chapter 1 season 10. A lot of people didn't like that season. uh
Which I
i
didn't.
was I was working a lot at that time, so I played it, but I didn't play it as much. But yeah, for sure.
I didn't mind it. But I never really complained.
Yeah, I can find it. I'll say I had about 3 seasons where I was like, all right, I'm good. I can't, that Infinity Blade, when the Mex was in there, I was like, I'm chilling. I'm good.
Yeah, I
I
stopped
I
playing
I
when all that
couldn't I
happened.
couldn't do it. I couldn't,
I
and it
did play
wasn't.
with Thanos
Yeah,
for a little bit, but then I was
yeah.
like, I'm done.
Because the thing was back then, it wasn't just like, okay, I'm going to play arenas. It wasn't that way back then. So it was like you were either going to play like
It
this.
was remember the
Yeah,
block?
yeah. The block was dope. The block was
Now
dope.
I don't know why they haven't brought the block
Because
back,
they
but
messed, because some, so they built the map. They built them, the guy that, whatever creator was on there, they built the map, and then when they Fortnite didn't catch it, but when they evaluated it, they missed that he had a noose with a chair kicked over on it. and so they missed
Mm,
that, and so they kind of just scratched the block, and I guess they moved on after that. But that was the original reason why it was
I
taken
didn't know
down.
that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it was pretty
I mean,
nuts.
that makes sense. They've got to
Yeah,
protect themselves. I know for the new maps for UF, it's just like for the new Fortnite created
UEFN.
U UEFN. Um, for the new maps, they're being very picky, and like if you use
Mhm.
copyright stuff, they're gonna like ban your account and stuff like
It's been a
that.
wild week, boy. I don't know how much you seen, but
Dude, I've been
they
working. I haven't
they've been
turned on
tripping.
Fortnite. I've just been
No, I'm not
working.
even. I'm just talking about like social media wise. It's been crazy.
I
Yeah.
haven't been turning on social media. I've turned on social media to post some of our YouTube shorts,
Hmm.
but besides that, I've been working, guys. I've been working hard.
Yeah, but
So,
mine's been this way for about, I hate to say it, I haven't had a lot of time to play Fortnite in about 2 seasons. Last season, I really didn't have time. This season, I had maybe a little bit more, but either way, I understand now that I am at the point in my life where I play Fortnite when I get a chance. And I've had a couple moments like that though. Like I said, chapter one,
mhm.
season 10, I was working so much. I was just like, yeah, I it's nothing I can do, and I usually just buy the rest of the battle pass. By the time I get, that's how little I'll be playing. But
See, and
yeah,
that's why,
it's
like,
interesting.
that's why I think it's the perfect time for them to like really start releasing some like content that
Hmm.
we can all like absorb without playing. Because
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't mind coming home at like, because I just got home right before this show, right?
Hmm.
So coming home at like 9:45, 10 o'clock from work and be like, I'm gonna watch a show and just
Yeah.
chill, you know?
Yeah. And I
So,
think that that's definitely coming. I can even see, because now you really do have to extend the writers now. And don't get me wrong, I don't know how many writers there are right now when it comes to if it's going to be a show. Like, I don't know what their plans is. Obviously you heard Donald Mustard talk. I'm pretty sure they have a lot in play, but the writing room might have to grow a little bit more so they could
mhm.
take on multiple stories at one time, because I do think, I'm glad that
And
this
when
came
you
back to
say
my
that, are you
mind.
talking about for shows or for comics?
For shows, I think that the writing room is probably going to have to grow even more if they really want to pull it off the way they could, you know.
Because I think even for comics they can do multiple.
Mhm.
Yo, let's
Yeah.
go, Daniel. Happy early
Oh,
birthday.
happy birthday, happy birthday. 2 more
That's what's
days.
up.
Yeah, and then like, even when it comes to the comics, for sure, because I think they can have multiple title releases. They can have a monthly issue that goes past, just 6 months. It's a lot that they can do. Um it does seem like this is the next, I said this a couple times, it seemed like this is the next pivot point. So they're trying to put all the pieces together, because if you think of what Fortnite is doing, is kind of insane. You have the lore and the storyline, you have competitive, you just released UEFN, and then you have battle royale that still accounts for 1 million concurrent users almost at any given moment.
Mhm.
And you have to, so now when it comes to collaborations, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, is the collaboration still going to be battle royale centered, which we know it will be, but for how long? Is it smart for a company to do battle royale centered and do their own maps? How is that going to go into play? And how do you tell the story extensively now, if those battle royale numbers do drop off in, let's say, 2 years? Do we see that transition out of them telling the story throughout the game? Because that's something that I'm 50-50 on. I think the younger generation, it helps them understand it's a story. Like, if they have to actively deal with,
Mhm.
unlocking a skin, I think that's how they know the story. And then for us, we're searching for it. So younger generation is really valuable for them to have to go through those things. And then for us, it's kind of easy.
So I have two thoughts. So first thought is if they can successfully pull this off where people are creating really good games without
Yeah.
them having to develop it, because
Yeah.
they've given you the tools. So if people create the really good games,
Hmm.
they have more time to focus on the IP
Hmm.
outside of developing the game and keeping up with the updates.
Yeah.
Because then they let everybody else keep up with the updates.
Hmm.
They can scale that back and then use UEFN to create shows.
Hmm.
That could
Yep.
be the plan. I think that all of the main characters,
Hmm.
I don't want to say all, but I think the most important main characters have been made for Fortnite.
I agree. I think yes, that first group of important, and then there'll be another, as time goes on. But yeah, I do
Yeah,
agree
others
that.
others could come in, right?
Mhm.
But like I think if you look at the pool of characters we have now and identify what has the biggest potential, as a
Mhm.
collector slash investor or whatever, this is not investment advice. Then when the movies actually do come out, it's going to be one of the pool probably that we already have.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess that they could create a skin and then do a movie for it,
Mhm.
but I would think that they're going to pull from this. Like they're going to use the data they've had for the most bought skins, create content and shows for those skins, in my opinion.
See, well, I feel a little bit different in that. The only place I agree with pretty much everything you said. The only place I feel different is what you said is like, okay, so I think that the skins when they're created, they already have that. They're already story written. That's the way I feel. I feel like they're already story written. That it was already a plan for them. And then popularity comes into like, I think the popularity side of it comes into cameos. Like, but
So
I think they're written already and they're
I
specifically
don't.
made for those moments.
It may depend on like when you say like even like item shops. I don't think they're written because
Uh,
I've even seen like some people like for like comic people like Christos Gage had to write the comic,
no,
right?
but what I mean is but he had to write the comic, but he
They what they
has
probably have is very brief,
mhm,
very brief backstory, like maybe a paragraph and something
yeah.
like that. I don't think their whole story's written yet for most of the characters.
Well,
I think it's
technically,
fluid
no,
right now.
technically I think Crystal Gage fills in the gaps. The story's written. I mean, we know that for sure because we're 2 to 3 years ahead. It's
Yeah.
he's filling in those gaps of what we don't know. That's what Crystal Gage is doing. So the in between is what we don't know, and that's where he's getting the freedom to write with Donald Mustard because Donald Mustard is assisting in that time.
I'm talking about if we start getting to all these different characters, I find it hard to believe they've written stories for all of these and just haven't released it. Is what I'm saying.
I think they have,
I
especially
think it's
that because you
I think
think
it's
about it.
much more likely that they're being flexible.
Yeah, I mean,
I could
no,
be wrong.
flexibility comes in story. Like
Yeah.
when you're writing a story, you have the understanding of what the because the thing is to write a story, you have to know the end. You have to know the end before you can even start writing a story. That's just the way storytelling goes. But with that is
But see, not for Fortnite necessarily.
but no, what I mean is for
Not when they're developing the characters.
so if you look at it, right? Who are the storyline characters? Storyline characters are in the battle pass. When the battle pass is released, that's when the story begins to fold, and then you may have a secret skin, and then you'll have people that come in between there. But everybody that's been in the story has been a
See,
part of the battle pass in
I
some
think
sort of
it's a little
fashion.
different because like storytelling is not like the story is not the main point. So they can create the skin and then it
Hmm.
can sell and then they can develop a story later. I don't
Right.
think that they're going to build it like right away for each one. Like
So
maybe some of them, like Midas, they probably have that planned out.
yeah, that's
But let's say like Echo, right?
mhm.
Do you think they already have a story built for Echo?
No.
Yeah. So
No, no,
that's what
but
I was kind of thinking.
no. Well, what I'm saying is the story is the battle pass. That's where the story is formed. Those skins like that can find their way in there. They will be add-ons to the overall story, but the story is written. That's what I'm getting at. The story is written from the battle pass. Like those skins that's in the battle pass when they're created based off the story. Then you have skins that once again popularity those come in, they can end up being cameos. Then if they're really enjoyed, then like you said, they can gain traction, but that'll be a part of the second wave. The story is written within the battle pass,
See,
and
but
the umbrella
if you
grows.
look at Zero Point,
Hmm.
how many of the main characters in that comic were Battle Pass
Mostly
versus
all of them.
Item Shop?
Mostly all of them.
Fish Sticks,
Fish stick is yeah, fish stick. Go ahead.
right?
Hmm.
What's Renegade Raider considered?
She's a seasonal shop, so technically the battle
Item
pass
Shop,
didn't. Well, but that's not the same thing though. That's a whole
but it's
different.
not Battle Pass.
No, but she was before the battle pass existed, so that really doesn't count in there. You can't count,
Bandolette,
huh?
Bandolette.
That's not zero war, but Bandolette is
No,
one.
I'm
So the
saying I said Zero Point.
zero, okay, 0 point. That's cameos though. Those are cameos. So if they're written in there based off of those are cameos. Then you have then if they continue on once they get their story, they become a story. They have their own story. That's a storyline character. Like they have their own story.
I would
That's
argue that just because Zero Point, like for like Renegade Raider, just because Zero Point isn't called Renegade Raider, doesn't mean it's a cameo because she
no
is the
the
main character in that story.
their entrance, the way they come in. So Renegade's a main character.
Yeah.
Renegade's a main character. Bandolette is technically a cameo. Like, even though she had a good amount of talking points, she is technically a cameo. Fish Stick was a part of the storyline,
And he
and
died.
but Fish Stick has always been a part of what I'm getting at is if you look at it, they tell you. That's what I was saying. It's a whole
I'm just
nother.
saying I think it's too soon to just assume that it's the battle pass skins that they're making the story after. I
No,
think it's
what I'm saying is they're the foundation. They're the
yeah.
foundation of the story. So that I mean that's what we're looking
Mhm.
forward to every time a season drops. We're looking forward to
Oh, yeah, I
who's
mean, I'm
added.
always looking forward to the battle
Yeah,
pass.
that's
I just think that item shop skins have a lot of potential too. There's a lot that came out in the item shop that have backstories and things like that right out the
yeah.
gate.
I mean, yeah, like you think.
And then
I
you get the
mean,
crew pass.
yeah, yeah, and those are and the thing is even in those right, even in those moments, that's added strength. That's not their strength. Like that's not something. If you ask me, that's not something you would look forward to. That's something that will be added. That's like a and one. You get the 2 points and then you get
Okay,
an
well, what
extra.
about Chaos Agent?
Chaos Agent is everything. He's one of the top. He's one of the top cards. He's everything. But he was written into it. That's what I'm saying. Like
But
everyone
he
is not.
wasn't battle pass, right? He was item shop.
Yes, but he
Yeah.
was. What I'm saying is when a skin is there's a foundation story and then there's skins that they can add in there or they build a story around, but the main system of the storyline of Fortnite is within the battle pass. And the reason why I'm saying that is like you said Chaos Agent, I'm talking more on the Echo side. Like when you bring up Echo, it's like more so focused on her usage rate, popularity in game, and then that her ending up in the story is just kind of like a plus. Because I mean, you think about Ice King, how important he is to the storyline, and he just got his first inception in there, after his original entrance, and his
Hmm.
original entrance was major,
Yeah, it
so.
was.
And you have skins like Ruin. Ruin is he's a part of Battle Pass. He's the secret skin. Still hasn't gotten anything. So I think there's some that is going to be brought to the front, possibly off of that. But it's so many skins, like because outside the Battle Pass is probably what 1,000 more. It's more than that. It's probably 1,300 skins. So it's those are and the top half of that. They could just be great popular skins, or they could find their way in there. But it'll probably take a long time.
When you say that has a storyline, do you mean like written storyline like comics, or you mean like a story in the game, Kari? Because it's two different things. Like Midas has a really big story in the game. Like he even has like a secret story
Mhm.
within like talking points of skins, like NPCs.
Yeah,
Like he even has like a secret story between them
yeah.
and like jewels in
So
them.
if you can just put them together. If somebody has a big story in a comic, you just can add that as well. Um I'll say the Foundation, Jonesy, Agent
I'd say
Jones
well let's explain the I so foundation number one. I'd say foundation's number one, the skin, because he's
over
the only
Jonesy.
one for like story wise, he's the only
Hmm.
one that's had like major seasons plus his own comic theoretically, which is pretty
Mm.
big. Like he should get some big points for having a comic called Foundation.
Yeah, for
And
sure. I
then
think
I guess Jonesy would
no,
have to be.
Jonesy is the story though. He's
No, he's
number.
not. You can't say that. Jonesy,
No, he's the story right. What I'm saying is the island is the
yes.
story.
There
Jonesy's
is
the
no main
story. But
character.
Jonesy is the character right now. That's the thing. He's the character right now. 100%. He is the one that brought people in. He's brought the collab skins in. He's connected with Foundation. He goes all the way back to recruit Jonesy. He is the main character of that moment. So you have the island is technically the main character. We get what Donald Mustard is saying with that, but who they're building a story around and who they're building the worlds around is Jonesy. Is Jonesy right
Well,
now?
they're
And
building the world around the seven too, because if you read the
yeah,
comics and you look at the Foundation, it even says like he's been here for like centuries protecting this, right?
yeah,
So he
yeah,
came before Jonesy. He's been here before Jonesy. Jonesy was the main character of Zero War
mhm,
series. I agree with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. But the thing is though is it's the island's the main character, but it's just like the 616 of Marvel. Like this multiverse of characters, Jonesy is the forefront of that. Then you have the Foundation, which now as we go on, Foundation probably will end up being number one, but you can never write off the connection of what
But you
Jonesy
can't
did.
write off Jonesy at all. Like, you cannot write off
No,
Jones. Yeah,
no,
yeah, you can't write him off at all.
and
And I was just saying the fact that the Foundation got a comic first before Jonesy got any comic time,
I don't
the
think that.
Foundation should get extra, huh?
I don't think that's extra points. I think it's more of a. I think it's a more interesting story they had to tell.
I mean, so for me, for Foundation, he's been there before Jonesy. He got a
Hmm.
comic before Jonesy. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. Now, if we want to talk who else has potential, I think people will be forgetting about Bright Bomber, how she's OG
Hmm.
and she was in the first. She's like the first character in a comic.
Yeah, and that's but one thing I'll say with what you're doing is comic book relevance is important,
Yeah.
but it's a part of so Foundation story was more in the story that they came up with and that they want to release was more interesting that piece of the story, but that I don't think that's enough for it just because he had a comic book before Jonesy is enough for him to be over.
When did Jonesy first come into the Fortnite game as like a story?
Literally, what was
Like
that? So you had
what
okay, so
season?
you had the Rocket, which was season 3 going into season 4, and it would be well, you gotta remember he came in as Agent Jones, so the information maybe I'm trying to remember the cutscenes.
Yeah, me too. Before Peely,
Oh yeah, okay, so it
before
was
Peely.
yeah, because yeah, you know, that's when it was in the cave, which was season 9. It might have been if I can remember, it might have been season 9. I'll say season
It's been
9
so
would
long. I'm gonna have to go back and watch all the
yeah,
freaking trailers
yes.
again. So, but what I'm trying to get out is that, and like you said, the Rocket came. One of the seven
Mhm.
was there before we knew anything about really
Yeah,
knew about
Visitor, yep.
Jonesy, right?
But
So that's my only
that's
point. Is like the seven could be more of a big point than Jonesy.
but that's stretching the rubber band though. That's building story though. Like you
Yeah.
if you introduce Jonesy in chapter 1, season 4, that doesn't do the same thing as like, yo, this has been the guy. Wait a second. He's been actually pulling these people in. He's the recruit. You have to, it's the way they're telling the story. That's why I said when it comes to Foundation comic, it was just more of an interesting story. I don't think that falls into level of importance. It was just more so how the story is being told. But Jonesy coming in at season 9 doesn't take away the relevance of the seasons before. It's just when we find out everything that has happened. So I think also Drift in there for sure.
Jonesy is not the Black Knight.
I've that's funny. Um
I mean, I think Jonesy will be a main character, especially if they pick a really good actor for him. Um, that's gonna do a lot. I don't know. It's gonna be multiple different stories. 'Cause I try to think of it like Marvel, right?
yeah,
And how Marvel like it's not like Iron Man or Spider Man.
it's 616.
Yeah, but like I mean, they're all the main characters in their own thing,
Yeah,
right? So Jonesy, I'm not saying Jonesy's not a main character. I was just trying to see. We were just trying to rank them. Is it one or two?
right.
Um, so I don't know. They're
Yeah.
they're
I
both good.
yeah, I would go me personally, I would go Jonesy Foundation, Midas and Chaos Agent together. I think their stories are going to be told together from now on.
Hmm.
Um but I mean,
If
you
you
have the
had
whole
to pick,
7. You had
if
the
you
whole if I had to pick Midas, um
yeah, because I think the whole seven being connected, you have to go with the leader foundation, and then for Midas and Chaos Agent, Midas is kind of more leader than Chaos Agent.
to make it more interesting, Foundation, like you said, is the leader, but let's put them all together. Let's just put the 7 together because
Hmm.
it's equivalent to the Fantastic Four or Justice League. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
one of
true.
those things. Now that they're all revealed, is kind of that story. And then even when it comes to Drift, I won't just single out Drift. I'll say Fox Clan. I think there's
Yeah,
in
I
general.
think the Fox Clan one's stronger than
Yeah,
just Drift. Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Um,
Is Drift next though? Are we forgetting anybody?
I don't know if Drift is next. This is just me trying to rattle them off. I'm more than positive we're forgetting somebody because you have Cube Queen,
So
you
we got,
have
but Jonesy right now is with the seven,
right,
and then we bundled up all the seven as number two.
yeah, but Jonesy has. That's why it's like Foundation and the 7, because like Jonesy may be with the
Yeah,
7, but his story is just so much. more intricate, just like the foundations. And I mean, obviously, Paradigm, all of them,
Well, you know
they'll
my
probably have,
favorite, the Imagine.
yeah,
So,
and which is, I still can't believe what they did with that, but that's besides the point. Uh, Burial Threat, aka Soccer Skin, are the
yo,
main
the
character. There
soccer
you go.
skins was definitely a time and
Listen,
a
the Soccer
place,
Skins was
man. Too
definitely a
bad they
time.
don't have. I don't know. I mean, I like the. Would that is there a good soccer skin card? I haven't even looked.
It's in Reloaded.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
and
I can
it's the
remember
right
there's one
one
in
too.
Series 3.
It's the right one in Reloaded too. I always forget her name, but that's the main one. The one that wear the bun on top of her head. That's
Yeah,
the
I just
main.
feel like I've seen it in Reloaded. I've thought about putting it to the side, and maybe I
Yeah.
should.
That I mean, that's the soccer skin is I like if it was in one of the main sets, I would definitely like have a little PC of it because that's when everybody was trying to that was the first time everybody was trying to force themselves to be a sweat. You get
Well,
what I mean? Like it was
that's what they're doing with the superheroes.
yes.
Whenever you
Yep.
see teams of superheroes, they're all
Yeah.
trying to pretend they're sweats.
Yeah, this is
You
that's them
know, that's
pretending.
exactly what they're doing. It's the same thing. That's why I have trouble with the superheroes. Yes, they're the most used. If you combine them all, the
But that's what
superheroes,
but you gotta be fair though. That's the same
you
thing
have to
with
be
Aura.
fair.
That's the same thing with Aura though. Like when it comes to the
Yeah,
soccer, but yeah,
but
that's
I like Aura for different reasons. But I agree, it is kind of the
mm,
same thing. Like people
yeah,
want to be the sweaty,
yeah.
um, but Aura hasn't fallen off
Right.
since, and the soccer did, and someone replaced the soccer. Will the superheroes ever fall off to another sweat team?
Possibly. I'll for instance, the reason why I say that is the they Fortnite is having trouble with the skins that was supposed to come out during the heist, but it's they
Oh
have
yeah, the heist.
those skins are gonna be
That's true.
crazy. Those
Yeah.
are gonna be crazy because you can finally use all of your sprays and all the sprays that's been irrelevant for however long.
Well,
You
you
can
know you can already use that on some skins. Like I have
yeah,
a skin you can do that with,
yeah.
but
And
this will be cooler.
you can use it as the mask. You can even make it fade like a vintage tee. But you can even make it faded like like
You've
it
got
can,
plans. He's already
yeah.
got
Yeah.
plans
Oh
for
no,
it.
bro. I'm going crazy with that one. I've been thinking about it this whole time. But I think to your point, skins like that could contest the superhero skins. It would take
So,
time, but I think that they could contest it.
because Aura has like and Focus, they have like personality that's built to that character,
Mhm.
where like these are customizable skins. So if more skins come out that are more customizable, they could potentially replace the
Well,
superheroes.
more competitive. More
More
competitive.
competitive and customizable.
Because
Because the superheroes, for them to beat the superheroes, they also have to be customizable like the heist people.
yeah,
Because some people love that to change their colors and stuff like
right.
that.
And I think and you're right. So because if you look at the once again, this goes to the point that we finally was able to figure out. Your point is correct because arenas and creative is too small. Like
Mhm.
even though black and white is the main of arenas and creative, more people wear them creatively in
Yep.
regular battle, battle royale when they're
And they like
trying
to
to be
match with
sweaty.
their team and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that.
So
There's
and
more into it than just being sweats for the
yes,
superheroes. It's also that customizability.
yeah.
So
Let's see. Do y'all think there is any correlation between legendary skins and being a main character, such as Valkyrie and Oppressor potentially being in future stories? Yes and no.
all right, I will you go ahead if you want to go first.
Yeah, I'll go first on this one because I know you'll have a more. I'll keep it simple. Yes, as in usually not all the time, not when it comes to item shop, but skins like that usually do have more of a out of this world build to it, and that's kind of what a section of Fortnite could be. Like what I mean by that is like an oppressor, a Valkyrie could be a part of a different what was the like the ice moon, a different moon. Let's go with that. Like those sections that could end up being a part of that. I don't know how important they will be, but I do think some of those legendary skins do have that potential because they're kind of built a certain way. Because legendary skins are usually not that popular, but they may end up being having moments in the storyline because of that.
I just had a thought. I'm gonna come back to that thought later.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm
What's
gonna
up,
talk to you
famous?
about that afterwards.
What's up,
I just
famous?
I just had a thought. Okay. So what was I thinking about? What were we talking about? Legendary?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Do
okay. I
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
So what I was gonna say is for legendary skins cost the most,
Mhm.
right? So in my opinion, business wise, they put the most work
Right.
to designing those skins, and then they're going to charge more because they can do more things. Back in chapter 1 is like Cuddle Team Leader. Like they got even more crazier.
Mhm.
Then like a lot of the skins are bland, right? Even the soccer
Mhm.
skins, the cheaper ones, there's not that much. Like Raven was expensive, but like
Mhm.
Raven's like a crazy character, right? You've
Mhm.
got Cuddle Team Leader, pretty crazy big, So back then they put a lot of work into it. The other thing is maybe they get more story because if they're going to put that much work into it, to design the skin,
Yeah.
they probably put more work into it, like Rob said, to build a story.
Mhm.
So
And marketing.
I think in the earlier chapters, maybe chapter 1 and chapter 2,
Mhm.
much probably I don't think I see that many. Do you see any legendary skins that much anymore that aren't
Yeah.
in the battle pass?
Oh, you mean like releases?
Because they used
Not
to
yeah,
release
it used to be more yeah, it was
they used
definitely
to
more
release
back
in
in
the
the
item
day.
shop legendary skins. They were 2,000 V bucks, right? You can still
Mhm.
get Cuddle Team Leader, Raven, some other ones like that, but I can't recall too many that they actually released, like, now it stops at Epic.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember the last time I looked at a rarity though.
Yeah, but if you look at the
But yeah,
V-Bucks, I'm
yeah,
thinking about V-Bucks, and I don't remember seeing a 2,000 V-Bucks that's
what
new.
business like you brought up, business-wise, margins-wise, it can't be as great as just throwing it in a battle pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
because
put
I've
the
also noticed that the amount of legendary skins in a battle pass has gone way up.
yes, exactly, exactly, like that
So, then maybe there
because
is a correlation to the story and the legendary skins?
I think
Possible?
I really do think is that's where they probably will their relevance will probably come from. Also, on top of that, marketing. Those any if you really look at it, 9 times out of 10 is either epic or legendary that is heavily marketed. If you just
Besides
think
Fish Stick,
besides fish and
Bright
maybe
Bomber. Well,
yep.
do they market Bright Bomber? Not
Yeah.
really, right? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
they
do.
do
Yeah,
with the,
yeah,
like,
they do.
Nerf guns.
Mhm. Yeah, it's to be honest, y'all, it's very interesting of the ones that they market. I've went all the way back and it's very interesting. Just skins like DJ Yonder since inception of them coming out with merch and coming
Well,
out
he
with
makes sense because
yeah,
he's a llama.
yeah. Well, not only that, he has some interesting potential too of when it comes to if you have paid attention to the original music coming out,
Mhm.
DJ Yonder is supposed to be the DJ of the island. So
Oh, that makes sense.
that's something that could end up being a thing. Don't know what that means, but it's just
I
unique
should
things like that that come into play.
I own that URL. I should do something with it.
uh
Colton
oh god,
says,
that's
"I'm
a
not
super bias for me. I
where
won't rank that one, Colton. I won't. Um Zadie is a Zadie is a major PC card of mine. Uh I w- I will say she's underappreciated.
I will say
Underappreciated.
it's hard for me to talk about too because I value her
Mhm,
and I wanted to buy her and I asked a couple people because I found one raw
mhm,
and they may be watching the show. I don't know if they're watching or not. I found a cracked ice raw
mhm,
and I made an offer, a big
mhm,
one. And then I asked you and I asked a couple other people, hey, what would you pay for a Zadie? And y'all
mhm,
all went way under what I offered.
mhm.
Then the guy ghosted me and then he didn't sell it to me.
Yeah.
So I never got my USA Zadie. So
Yeah.
I mean, where do I rank Zadie? I don't know if anyone ranks her like I rank her, and she's probably I think she might have fallen off a little bit.
Mm-mm.
I have to look. I haven't looked in a while.
Yeah. She's Zadie's never been a top
I don't
10.
mean like huge fall off, but like a fall off like manic,
Yeah,
like down to
like
like 20s.
so the Zadie's never really been like a top 15. I mean not top 15, like a top 10 skin. She's always flirted
Used
in that.
skin, not cards. Used
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah. And even so yeah, talk real quick, Dylan.
So I would put where do I rank her? I'm not sure. I would put her very close to manic. Maybe above Manic. What did we didn't we
Yeah,
put her on
so
our top 50 list? Where did we put her on the
yeah.
top 50 list?
Yeah. So but even with that that was a very curated list. Like that didn't factor in like pop reports and stuff like that, which comes into play with Zadie, to be honest. If you really think about it.
Wow, you're gonna get into the pop reports on her.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
Well,
we're
that's
gonna do, which we need to do for the top 50 cards. I
Yeah.
think it's getting to that point because it's
Mhm.
been.
And it's and the
I
doors,
think people
yeah,
keep people. Let's wait for MC to submit his cards, and then
yeah.
after
And
the national, that's what we should. After the national, we should update the top 50
yeah,
with
because
tops.
it's very the reason why it's very interesting. So I gemmed a Zadie and I traded down to a PSA 9. Oh no, I completed my luck set with that. That was amazing.
I feel you. I feel you on
Yeah,
that.
that I have no problem. Y'all know I have no problem trading down just because I want it in my PC. But yeah, that's
But see, when you bring in Pop, she could still be placed where she is now, but we're not talking about the PSA 10. The PSA 10 could change. Like we
mhm.
should make a list for the top PSA 10 cards.
Yeah, we gotta think about how we gonna do that for sure. That has
Because
to
like that's when it really pays attention. Because like if like
I
like
guess
like Elite Agent and Kuno, like if Kuno only ever has two PSA 10s, it's gonna go
Inglorious.
up. You know what I mean? It's gonna go up
Yeah.
in its ranking.
Well, the question I have is this. What and I know we have a couple in here. What do y'all when it comes to the pop, obviously Jim's like what's the breakdown from y'all perspective when it comes to the pop report? Uh and obviously we'll do our due diligence, but how it should be factored. What do y'all feel on that side? Uh Richard said Colton just want to talk about his Opti. That was a good pickup, Colton, by the way. That Optichrome. Yeah, Ice Queen based off of Pop Report is a very interesting one because
Mm,
if people are completing series 2 master sets, that's going to be a lot of trouble. That's going to be a lot of
I
trouble.
think she comes in the running. I don't think she beats out Zadie.
Oh
I
no,
haven't looked.
that's not a comparison to Zadie.
Okay,
That
okay.
was just a in general. Um
We have her as number two. No, number three
who?
in our list. No, what?
Who? Which
One, two. Oh, number four. Zadie's number four in our list
number 4 on what?
for
Oh, for
series two.
series 2?
So she's beaten
Yeah.
by Crystal, Lynx, which I think is pretty. I haven't looked at the pop for Lynx, but I just got three Lynxes in, so I'm kind of biased on
Color
that.
color is definitely a factor. Definitely a factor. That's 100% them those blue and purples. It's very interesting. Yellow's great, pretty easy. Um
Yellow's grade the best. Not even
yeah.
pretty easy, very easy.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many Aura 10s.
Mhm.
They grade those yellows. That's why there's so many Midas's 10s. Like
But
they grade them really
but
easily.
if I'm
What about
being
Peely? We've never even looked at
yeah,
Peely. Does he
Pilly,
grade
so
well?
yeah, he has a good amount of tens, but his because him and Skull Trooper was super close for a while. If I'm correct, I think Pilly has 23, 22, something like that. Pop Report, I can't remember. Somebody can correct me on that. Uh I can't remember how many tens he has. I can't remember how many tens. Yeah.
Explain what you're saying, Card, when you say it matters more for difference. Um,
So I think he's getting at a series 3 card making the list. I'll let him explain because
oh,
I
okay,
think
yeah, I get what
yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying. No,
yeah,
no, that does play.
yeah.
Um, and we did take the not does the pop come into question?
What?
Because we took that into consideration when we made this
Well,
list.
no, we
How many
did.
was printed, but not the actual pop.
Yeah, that's because I think it when we do that, it has to be a
Because
that's
when we
gonna
made
be
this was before we had this many graded as Series 3.
mhm,
Like, like, I think it's pretty obvious that Peely goes above Midas
yeah.
now.
So 16, Bob says 16 PSA 10s out of 26. So
You said
six.
focus is too high for what on the list? Nah.
Well, when we get it, so this is very interesting because this was this is what I consider a curated list. And what I mean by that is
Hmm.
this is a wide scope of the list. When we go into pop reports, it's gonna get a little bit more interesting. So I'll even say that we don't like when we move on to the version, you know how we was doing versions. I think that this should be the list that we do with the pop report should be separate. I think because this lives in a different space. I think this is, and I stand by this. I think this list is very interesting for new collectors to come in and have opportunities.
You know what?
Opportunities that, and I think
You
that's
know what we
very
should
important.
change? You know what we
What?
should change this? We should change it because, like, you know what? This is like because one of the things we're trying to get across with this is like almost all these cards on here are going to be highly desirable by somebody, right?
Mhm.
Like for many different reasons, these are going to be desirable,
Yeah.
and for the most part, these are all their rookie cards.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
should this is the top 50 rookie Fortnite cards. Would that still be accurate?
I don't know. I don't. I have to.
The only thing because then we can get rid of these duplicates down here. Where they at? These. We can put Ice King in there.
Yeah, I
I don't know.
think
It's
that's.
something we got to think about. So there's many
But
ways we can do
well,
the top
I
50s,
think
but
this. I don't. My personal opinion is that this list is very important, and
yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna stand by that. And but when we do the pop report one, I think it should be a different list because that one's gonna get intricate. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying these. I'm saying that. What just fell? I'm
Nah.
saying
This
the
is.
top. I'm saying these are this is kind of like I was just saying this is kind of like the top 50 rookie ones. You know, what I mean, based on
Yeah.
for the most
This
part.
and this is headhunter all over. No smoke. Trust smoke. Trust me. Those type of things are coming for sure. I think that's gonna be very interesting for the
And
community to
all
have
over the top
those.
25.
Yeah, have all those type of things in there. I think that's gonna be fun. What was the Dyer sale? Did Richard put it on there?
I was watching the Dire one looked kind of beat up. Did it sell? There was one on there. I think it was like 450 or something.
Yeah, Dyer is very underrated right now.
See, Dire's one that I always thought was a card that would do really, really well ever since I saw
Yeah.
it. Um, I'm I was a huge Fable fan,
Mhm.
and you know Calamity, and I
Well,
have my
that was an
Calamity.
amazing battle pass. That was an
You know
amazing.
what? I don't even know if I've seen a USA Fable.
I've seen two. I've seen two.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe three.
I'm waiting for one of those to pop up on eBay. That's a PC card. That's not a pump. I think you
No,
guys
but
hate me.
well, the thing is that if I- if I did this if I did this list off of personal opinion, and I'm not even talking about PC personal opinion, I'm just talking
Hmm.
about personal opinion of the way I view the game.
Yeah,
It would even be more different than that. That's why I was like,
me too.
it would be very different. And I'm talking about as in using taking my bias out as well. It still would be different. You know, like I think that I think it's interesting now though, because I think one thing I'll say is if you go back and watch, if you go back and watch the draft tells you a lot. The draft tells you a lot if you go back and look
How
at the draft
many?
because when people are on the block, like when people are have to choose make their choices,
Mhm.
the draft made it very interesting. I thought that was a very entertaining perspective.
I am gonna say that after mentioning every card, Isaac. You have no idea. People keep thinking I'm pumping everything. I buy Kunos and it's $2,500.
Got it. Yeah.
um, you know I don't know the answer because I can't remember exactly who was in the draft. Um, how many were just investors who haven't played versus how many people who played,
It
and
was
how were those lists different?
three, it might have been it might have been four or five. It was
That didn't play or did play?
that didn't play or haven't played consistently. Um,
That would be kind of interesting to compare those.
yeah, I mean because it's very interesting thinking when people have to make that decision. So now when you have to make that decision based off of like obviously you're not putting your money in, it's just a random uh curated draft. But when you do that, it makes you have to make decision. Like even while we were watching it and we were like commentating it,
I would have destroyed that draft.
listen, that is that is like because then what goes into it is when you're drafting like that is future potential and then it's realized potential and both realized
The only
numbers,
problem with the
and it's
draft is
trying to
you
make it
don't.
hard.
The only problem with the draft is you don't know exactly how to win because, like, you can say what if you say the future, people are gonna go with they're gonna vote for what they think is the best right now. It's kind of hard to win. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and it's not, it is and it is and it isn't, because it is because it's all opinion based, you
If
know.
you do the current market, the current hobby, like the current hobby of people,
Yeah,
and you pick the Black Knight, you're almost a shoe in.
one, I can't disagree with that.
Almost a shoe in.
And like you really have to have duds after that to lose pretty much, you know. So I
Because I
mean,
know it wasn't that easy on clock, but we've done like 200 episodes, and like for as much as I've done the checklist and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to make a really
I don't know.
solid.
I do think it was, because I'll be
It was
honest.
interesting to watch, and
After 5, it was very interesting, because you're playing
that's
two
true.
games. You're appealing, because you kind of have to take you're appealing to the market and to the future potential of what the game could bring. You have to do both to try to win. So that's what makes the draft interesting, because you have to kind of take yourself out of it. Because, like, for instance, if you picked Kuno in, let's say, round 7, to you that's a steal. But
Yeah,
when it comes to voting, it, like you said, it comes
yeah.
to
Because if
it.
I
That's
picked
what.
Kuno, everyone would have been like, because here's the backstory for Kuno. No one in the hobby was buying Kuno.
Mhm.
I know this because there was like 10 on eBay for a long time. I kept buying them, and then 10 more hit eBay, and I bought them at like $20 to $30 each. Right. So whoever has that PSA 10 only spent like 25 $30.
Yeah.
Um, the reason why it was so low is when cards first came out, I was buying like Focus at 100, Elite Agent at 150, raw. Because I was like, man, I don't want these cards to go away. I was going to do the same thing with Kuno, but she never popped up, so I just kept buying her for cheap, and she stayed low.
Yeah.
So I agree. I don't think if you pick Kuno in that draft, I don't think she has that much respect in the current hobby.
Yeah, for sure. Bob said one con in the draft as well is that opinion based, and if someone picks your skin, then you could bring up stuff just because of likes and X reasons. Say, for example, Fireman. Well, the thing with that, Bob, is that once they picked them, it was voted on from the community. So it's like your pick. It doesn't mean it's gonna,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I like what Bob is saying here. It's too opinion based.
Mm-hmm.
Next draft, what we should do is we look up the last sale for every card
Mm-hmm.
in their 10 or whatever, and then add that up. So, like, if you're facing off, whoever's collection is worth the most based on past sales. The only issue with that, it'll be hard for ones that don't have any sales, but
Yeah, yeah. I think it's very unique. And to be honest, you can even make it more tough if you take out the top dogs. If you take out a couple of the top dogs and see how people treat the rest of the sets. It's a lot of ways we can do the
yeah,
draft
yeah,
as
we talked
time
about
goes
that
on.
before too,
Yeah,
right?
like you could
Like, we could
really.
do just headhunters.
Hmm. I'm like, or like, okay, so it's pretty obvious that people see it as Black Knight, Pilly for series 1, right? And then it's
Yep.
everywhere else people has their opinions, like when it comes to whether it's Skull Trooper, Ghoul Trooper, Red Knight, that those next spots is very interesting. Then series 2, you could probably go Ice King, Aura, those two set to the side, and it's a lot of options after that. And then series 3, you go Midas, and I think you can just go Midas for series 3 and then let the rest fly, and I think that could be very interesting as well.
So we should do an episode and talk about the top 50. I mean, we've done stuff like that before where we
Hmm.
talked about stuff like that. When did top version is 2022? It is 2023. We should update the top 50. I just don't know how much has changed.
Yeah.
I think we do need Ice King on the top 50.
Yes, I agree. Even it's a couple that I've been thinking through for, version 2, or if we make a separate one, whatever the case may be. Uh I definitely think there's something in there that could definitely change.
I mean, the community has made top 50 or 25 many, many times, and it's been like all over the place.
But and we also did one together. That was the early inception of taking high ground. We also did it a community list, which was extremely fun. Uh,
Yeah.
back in the day, that was a fun one too.
Like we'd like this one to be based off of like our like insights and knowledge and this community here.
Yeah,
But you know, if we did a community like this community, we could.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
talking about like the Facebook group. If we did with this community and in the forum, I'd be down with that.
yeah. Because I think it. I do think that is very interesting.
Well,
I do
that's what we
like.
should do. If you guys want to do a community top 50, top 25, someone come in the forum and let's start a thread here and let's create one from the forum.
Yeah, because we could do brackets as we could do bracket type stuff. We could do all those type of things. Also, this was like Bob said, when you come in adding pop reports on soul cards, cards that haven't gemmed as your pick, and having to factor that in, that's very unique as well. The only thing is, I guess we would have to do the voting differently. We would have to
Yeah.
probably do the voting live or something along that lines where people understood that's why that person picked that card. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So if somebody said I pick X card because of, a pop of, whatever a certain amount, the voters have to know that throughout the whole, voting system. So that would be interesting as well.
Hmm. I mean, we have the platform to do it live, right?
Yeah.
So we can do that. But we need the list. So go on the forum, guys, sign up, and let's someone create a discussion, and let's get a top 50 rolling, and then we'll do a YouTube episode one night, and we'll try to make it based off that, and
Yeah.
we can go through and see what people vote for.
Yeah.
So what we can do is like, what do y'all vote for number one out of this list,
Right.
right? That'd be kind of fun to see what you guys come up with.
For
Now,
sure.
would we be out of that equation? We just let the YouTube community go.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to jump in at some point. I guess we can let them go for the first one. I've been wanting to jump in for a minute. But this does, and it's another way we can do it as well is,
Real,
yeah, go ahead.
what kind of stats do you mean? Because we do have stats in our top 50. So what other stats would you like to see?
And then
You pull, so I think we
no
took
players
in
don't.
usage in game, notoriety, community votes. I know pop those like nine or I guess tens. Like, is
Hmm.
it gem rate that matters, or is it the number? Like, what do you guys care about? Do you care like how many tens there are,
Hmm.
or do you care
Right.
about like the gem rate percentage?
Right.
Yeah,
Because that's a
that's just
that's
an
a
easy one.
that's another thing. Just making sure that it's clear of what's important on that end of the pop report.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. And Gloria says he wants to see analytics too on what the common picks are. So, like,
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea.
Hmm.
So, what we should do is everyone should make their own top 50.
Hmm.
Is that what we're saying here? And then we compare them all.
That'll be interesting.
How can we do that?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. I do like where we're going with that.
I like that idea, Inglorious.
Hmm.
Maybe I can create a. Oh, in the in the discussion, I can probably create one where I have to approve it. So everyone can go in there, comment, and then their top 50, and then I
Hmm.
won't approve it until the night of the show, and then we
Yeah.
can go over them
Yeah.
and then pull up the analytics on each one.
Yeah, for sure. And I think and top 50 is no, and that's the thing, because if you're taking,
Is that too much? Top
well,
50?
here I want them to do it, because if you're taking your bias out and you're making a top 50, it is not easy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
not.
So I do think top 50 is a good number. I mean, maybe till 25, we can make it smaller, whatever the case may be. But either way, it's not gonna be easy, especially if you're trying to
Let's make them do a top 50. I think that'd
yeah,
be
I think a top 50 would be fun to do, especially if you're really trying to give the wide perspective of how, just giving straight opinions. I mean, taking opinions out of it and trying to give facts or give data, whatever the case you feel, however you feel, but you're trying to take as much bias out of it as possible. That I think that would be very
all
interesting.
right. This is what we're gonna do. tonight after the show, I'm going to create in the forum. I'm gonna create a discussion here for place your top 50. I'm gonna make it like it has to be approved first, so no one will be able to see it.
Mhm.
Then we're gonna review it on either next week's episode or the one after that. Not sure
Yep.
yet.
Yep.
And then Rob and I are going
Yeah.
to pick the winner,
Mhm.
and they get a prize. What
And I
that prize
guess
is gonna be good. I don't know yet. Y'all let me know what y'all want.
yeah,
I
because
have
I
to think
think
of
that I think when because it gets very it feels smooth sell when you're doing that I'll say even up to 20. When you get under 20, when you get to that 21 and down, is very interesting because a lot of things go in a factor of what could even
but
be
see,
down there. Because if you
I
go off
also
of
think
yeah,
like so the people were mad that some things didn't make the top 50. Dyer didn't make the top 50. Is Dyer a bad card? Not at all.
heck no,
Like
it's not.
not at all. Dyer's a great card. There's so many cards that are probably in the same tier,
Yeah.
right? Like Dyer could have been on there. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um,
100%, Bob. I couldn't agree with you more.
yeah.
That's the unique thing about the top 50 because so many things can be factored in, and so I mean, it's really
It's
I'm
hard. The only reason, guys, the only reasons it's this hard is because we're so early,
right.
and there's no cards there's like so few cards on eBay when you really think about it.
Yep.
Like sometimes when a card's gone, it's gone for a while, whether
And
it's
then
Series 2, Series 3,
it's
or
so
Series
hard.
1,
It's so
right?
hard.
So like I don't even know if there's any let me pick I'm not gonna pick a skin because you guys are gonna
But
say
I'll say a skin, and it's not gonna be like I'll say something because people like the numbers. Like you think of a skin like Sparkplug.
hmm
A card like Sparkplug, I should say. She had to sell for what was it, like 350 for a PSA 9 Crystal Shard, and then she had like 1300 for a PSA
Heart
10.
plug.
Not Sparkle Specialist, my bad.
Oh
Sparkle
my gosh,
Specialist.
I
Yeah,
said it. I hit the
yeah.
jackpot. Let's
No,
go.
Sparkle Specialist. So Sparkle Specialist hitting that
He
hitting
said a
those
prize
numbers.
is a Kuno PSA 9.
Yeah, but Sparkle Specialist hitting those numbers, that is a I mean, in some people's opinion, she might not even be a top 10, top 20. But when you look at the numbers of how she sells when she pops up and how infrequent she pops up, that becomes interesting as well. So the list is not going to be easy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
that's definitely no
No
to prototype.
prototypes in the top 50 list. I agree. But I'm fine with Reloaded. No one's gonna put any Reloaded in there, but
Yeah, and
um,
I but that's and you see that's the interesting thing about like even when I take my bias out of it, I think of stuff I think it's even harder things like if you think about the 7, right? Um, as much as I think scientist is important, him being in series 3, he kind of gets knocked out for me. You get what I mean?
yeah.
So those are things that has to be thought about when we start factoring in, let's say, everything as much as we can, or that's better. When we start
Yes.
factoring in as much as we can and have as many unique things and doing with the community, it's gonna be interesting for a lot of people. I think some people are gonna have trouble uh of their reasoning after like 30, like that 30 to that last 20 is gonna be hard for them to reason if they do it as unbiased as possible.
Hmm. This is gonna be fun. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
do this tonight. This is gonna be really fun. I want to see what because like I'm now when I say that Rob and I are gonna vote on it, it's not gonna mirror or we're gonna vote on it in a different kind of way.
yeah.
So we'll come up with that
And we'll and
separately.
even yeah we'll talk about it before we do the votes, so yeah,
And we'll
the
explain
transparency.
like yeah,
Yeah.
once we come up with our vote, like we'll once we decide we get to pick the winner,
Hmm.
right? Is that what we're doing for the prize?
Yes, I mean obviously we could talk about it more, but as of right now, yeah.
Yeah, we'll let them all like look at all the data and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and we can
see
talk
every
about it. And like there can be a winner based on whatever. But picking a single list that's the top 50,
mhm.
yeah, we'll pick that and we'll give them a prize.
See, yeah, Richard, that's interesting because rattling off the top 20 is easy for me. Like those, I know
It's
I
it's still not easy for me though.
is
In
like it's
order. It's
yeah,
hard in order. Like you guys will realize, like, yeah, it's easy to say you have a top 20. Put that joint in order.
is interesting
It's a little bit harder to put it in order.
because I mean, I guess I've been literally taken my bias out of it for so long, I can I can do that, and it's even then, like Dylan said, once you get into the nuances of it and you add other things, once we add more in there, oh, it's not gonna be easy. It's just not.
See, if we include prototypes because of their rarity and stuff like that, then that's like the whole top 50 list. That's my issue with it. So no prototypes.
Yeah,
It's not a list of the most expensive cards.
yeah,
It's a list of the top cards. Um, and I actually think that some cards that aren't prototypes are going to outsell prototypes in the future.
yeah,
Like some cracked ice cards, like Series One and Series Two cracked ice are super rare. I think they're rare enough. They
yeah,
just need demand,
yeah,
right? They don't
exactly.
need to have like one or two of them. Some
Mhm.
of those cards are super popular.
But yeah, I think this. I think even more simply put, the prototypes is just they're unicorns. So
Yeah,
it's
unicorns.
hard
Yep.
to factor into what we're talking about of accessibility and
Hmm.
um and all of those other things. I think that's where the prototypes become a little difficult to have in there.
Yeah, I mean, so if it's a prototype and it's not a popular skin, I agree. It doesn't add as much to
Hmm.
it. Like I think a lot of cards beat that, but there's a lot of like super popular prototype cards,
Hmm.
right? So and a lot of the cards like on our top 50 list, there's prototypes of them out there.
Yeah, and I think this is the way we're attempting to do this as a community. The way we're talking right now, it's to give the new collectors that's going to come a even wider scale of understanding. Because, like we can all agree, some of y'all have been there since day one. Some people came 3 months later, and then the rest of us fall into all the different categories. It's not easy understanding when it comes to, if you know the game, you're not going to understand uh the different region prints, and then you got to understand the Italy print, you got to understand the Italy corner, then you got to understand why USA is number one in most people's eyes. All of those things come into play of understanding how the hobby works. So if we can give a wider scale of understanding and doing it as a community, I think that'll be very fun.
See, yeah, that's why I think the forum's great. So if you guys can help get on the forum, when people start searching for this stuff, they won't just see our top 50, they'll be able to see all y'all's top 50.
Yeah,
That's why I think, and then they can make their own decisions from there.
exactly.
That would be really good. So if we can get that going, that'd be crazy. I also have this page here for everything you need to know to start collecting Fortnite cards. If y'all read this
Yeah.
and y'all have any comments or like, am I missing anything super important for people to
Yep.
get started? Let me know because like we want to make this super easy for people to collect and get into because we want more sets, just like you
Yeah.
guys. I want to collect more.
Yeah.
It's not about the money for me. I want to collect more of these cards.
Yeah.
And the only way we're going to do that is by building the hobby and creating more demand for it.
Yeah.
So read this page, join the discussion here so that we can get this rolling and get like everyone's top 50s out into the world. They can't see in the Facebook group, so this would be a really good place for everyone to
Yeah.
voice it to the world. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like I think, and Bob said, pretty much when it comes to Fortnite cards, when you think that's when you kind of mess up. And that's it's very true.
it's when you know something for certain that just
Yes.
isn't true. That's when you fucked up. It's like when you know for certain something and it just isn't true.
Drop the link, Dylan, for the forum.
Yeah, sure.
Just and then even but JL, to your point, I the way I view it, I'll just use my personal take. The way I view when it comes to the prototype cards, besides when I just said they're the unicorn, it's so easy to automatically be, you kind of mentioned it when it comes to certain cards. It's so easy to be like, okay, if this card is in there, screw it. That's it. When it comes to a Renegade Raider prototype or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint how, because Kari kind of said it. Some of the community views it this way, the other part of the community views it that way. So when the sides are kind of split that way, it's kind of hard to figure out how to put that into play.
And I wouldn't say the Shadowless Charizards are like the prototypes. They're kind of different because the Shadowless Charizards came out, right? It was like it came out and like you could buy them
Hmm.
in the packs, and there's a good amount of them. So
Yeah,
I consider them a little bit different. I mean, we have stuff about the prototypes. I mean, the prototypes are huge.
yeah,
Everyone knows they're like unicorns. It's just for this purpose. Like, are we saying this is just your top 50? Like, I don't care what you take into account.
Mhm.
Like, what are your top 50 Fortnite cards that you want? Is that what we're saying?
Right. Like, well,
Like, you don't have to they don't have to go and do the research like we did it,
no,
but
yeah.
maybe, like, some people only take a pop into account.
Right, yeah, you
Some
can
people
do
do
it the
that, so
way
do it
yes,
any way you
way
want.
you
It
want,
could be
right.
just your which ones you think are your favorites because they look cool. So
I
or however you
well,
wanna do it.
okay, wait, Dylan, let me just wait, hold on. Let's just backtrack a little bit.
Sure.
Uh, do it to the best of your ability without a bias. That's what I'll
Yeah.
say. I
Yeah.
think do it how you like you said, do it how you want, but try to when you're doing it, try to have as little bias as possible. Bias always comes in somewhere. That's
Yep.
undeniable. But as much as you could
Don't
take,
just put,
yeah,
like, the 50 cards that you have,
yeah. Like me
right?
coming out hot having Lux number one, that's ridiculous. You get what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
exactly,
those type of
right.
things, like try to have take as much bias out as possible. And no, Bob, that's why I wanted to add that in there. I do
Well,
want
I
people
mean,
to take it.
I'll name the rarest one, Renegade Raider PSA 10 that I sold.
Mhm. Wait,
That's
rare than
that's the
what?
rarest Fortnite card
I
as of
don't know
right
about
now.
that. I don't know about that.
You wouldn't say rarest, is the Gold Trooper Hollow prototype. There's only one of those.
No.
There's a lot
I
of super rare cards. Um, is there another one?
no,
You
I
get the
think
Renegade Raiders too. I've seen a Gold Trooper on the front and a Skull Trooper on the back error print card.
mhm.
So that was rare.
Richard, good luck. That's good
Number
luck.
one, Moisey. Number two, Wukong. And no, we said top 50, not bottom 50.
No, dang.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
JT said Bushranger is just as rare as Renegade.
Facts, JT. Facts. Actually, there's a lot of. I've been thinking about Reloaded. Like I'm like fixated on Renegade Raider, but like a PSA 10 Jonesy Renegade for
Yeah.
Reloaded,
No, this
the soccer skin.
honestly, this is probably when we get to the end of this and like it's finished. This is gonna be one of the most interesting episodes after that
Yeah,
because everybody's giving their perspective of how they broke down their list, and people we can kind of talk about what they seen in the list. This is gonna be that's gonna be a fun one.
I agree with this. I have to say for sure, rarity does not equal value. Like there needs to be demand for it.
Yeah,
Um, Prototypes too. This goes for Reloaded and prototypes. There
yeah,
has to be demand for it. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah. 100,
So like
100%.
Renegade Raider makes a lot of sense for Reloaded and the prototypes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm having trouble besides the screen, like the screensavers,
Mm-hmm.
trying to pick out which Reloaded cards like almost are gonna have that demand, so that someone wants a base card.
Right.
Renegade Raider is like one of the only ones I lean towards Meowscles and Jonesy.
Yeah.
Um, Midas is in
Midas.
Series 3, it's not that far apart, so and
It
there's a
might is,
cracked ice.
and see what's gonna happen is as time goes on and people because the thing that gets unique, and I know everybody agree on this, the ones that come in 3 years later, they're gonna have to do extensive research. When they do that, they're gonna have the question of, wait, isn't this Midas rookie card? When they talk about reloaded, that's gonna be a conversation that comes into play.
It's
But
gonna be
it's gonna come into play whether that person is gonna be right or wrong. However, it's broken up. It's because once again, that comes down to value, what people value more. So even if that's Midas rookie card, some people will hold that high, and other people will be like, yeah, but Series 3 is more important. So that's gonna be interesting to see how people play the reloaded Midas. I think that's gonna be a fun one down the road.
oh my I hope you're playing, Mayor. I don't mean to laugh. I hope you're playing.
No, he might
Are you
be.
new? Is he serious? So the Fortnite cards are not redeemable in game. So if you bought a Fortnite Renegade Raider card, you cannot get the
Let's
skin in
see.
game.
Let's see if CPD what he say first.
That's gotta be a troll, right?
Yeah, I know. I think yeah,
It's gotta be a troll.
but
Okay.
I tried to save you from your laugh. That's what I was like. He just laughed.
I was trying not to laugh. I was like, there's gotta be a troll, right? I
Yeah.
feel so bad. Some kid spent like all his money, like his entire allowance, buying a Renegade Raider card. I finally got Renegade Raider.
Yo,
Trying to come-
dude,
this is
dude,
not investment or Epic. We are not related to Epic Games. It's not endorsed. We do not
Yeah.
redeem skins, provide investment.
Another
And do we
felony
need to
to
say
add to
anything
the
else here?
list. No, that's but I do think that you know what I'm interested in? How series 2 plays into people's list. I'm very interested in that because series 2 was a slow grow and there's a lot of great cars in there and there's a lot of duds in there as well. So I'm interested to see how that one plays out.
Series 2, I was the biggest one against Series 2 when it came out because I think it's because I was so fixated on Aura,
Yeah.
right? Like, it was like, in my eyes, it was like the only card I wanted for this set. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then I started to realize, okay, well, wait, there's Lynx.
Yeah.
Well, I know Hush too. I always wanted Hush and Aura. But
Mhm.
then I was like, oh wait, there's Lynx.
Mhm.
Oh, there's Zadie.
Yep.
Oh, there's Manic. And it started to get bigger and bigger as
Mhm.
time went on and the skins like changed and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
It
now in my eyes, Series 2 is actually looking really, really nice.
mhm.
And it's only been two years since Series 2 came out, right? About roughly 1 year,
Yeah,
a year and
2
a half, two
technically
years.
2 years, yeah.
So give Reloaded like, I don't know, 5 years.
It might need
It's gonna look very
yeah,
attractive to people,
for sure, for
in my
sure,
opinion.
for
Not
sure,
investment advice.
and, but and Glorious.
Facts. This is true, man. The PSA
Uh-huh,
10s, they're robbing me of my PSA 10s.
mhm. CPD,
Actually, if you want
unfortunately, is not, Series 4 is not coming out at least the way we are used to. Panini's contract is up with Fortnite, Epic Games. We don't know if Fanatics is taking over. We don't know if Upper Deck is taking over. If they take over, they definitely listen to this podcast, and I appreciate it, y'all. But we don't know who's taking over. If Epic Games and Fortnite is going to do it on their own, but we'll see.
I'm pulling for Epic Games to print the cards in their own because I think they'll do a
Yeah.
fantastic job at the
Yep.
quality control, picking the skins and doing them justice. Um, Fanatics, I really don't want Fanatics to do it. I don't know if they do it justice. If no one's gonna do it, then yeah, do it
Yeah,
because I need more
yeah, yeah.
cards.
Yeah,
But
I mean, and I'm trying to give Fanatics the proper benefit of the doubt. I understand how it is to try to shift after something's in your hands.
mhm.
It's just that from the things that I've heard, I've listened to almost everything. I will say that I'm maybe 60-40. 60 being a I don't know if and to be honest, I don't know if 60 is the positive or the negative at this point, but it's not as bad as it was. But
Mhm.
I'm just like you. I don't know from what I've seen. I don't know how certain I am that they could pull it off the right way. I would love for Epic Games to try it on their own.
So, Kari asked, he thought I'd be way more into Series 2. He's surprised I wasn't bigger on it. Um, I am bigger on it because if you look at it, I literally only have like 4 Series 1 cracked ice cards.
Hmm.
Granted, I had more and I sold them.
Hmm.
Take that into account, like for a lot of money. So,
Yeah.
but I only have 4 and I have a lot more Series 2 cracked ice.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I I appreciated Series 1 more, and I don't know because it was 2 years ago, right? Because a lot's changed. A
Yeah.
lot has changed in the game in 2 years.
Yeah.
A lot has changed. Back then, I remember pulling Dark Bomber, like, everything was so nostalgic. Dark Bomber, Gold Trooper, Bright Bomber, Total Team Leader, like, everything in that set was just, like, super
Literally.
OG and iconic. And so Series 2, it was less like that. It was But then as the game has changed since then, like the
Yep.
amount of sweats and how big, like being good at the game, how the skins have changed and how popular skins have got. My understanding of the game has like over 2 years of studying the cards and the game, it's changed, and I just started to appreciate Series 2 a lot more than I originally thought. I just kept finding cards as like, oh crap, I didn't realize I was in here. I love that skin. So
Yes.
it's just changed over time.
Yeah, I mean, and we pretty much have the same opinion on that. Where mine's differed a little bit is I knew the sweats, I understood all the sweats. What caught me off guard was the growth of the storyline. The storyline is what
That
really
that
that's what threw it.
yeah.
That's what it was. It was the storyline. That's where everything was added. Everything was added in that category. The only storyline card that I had locked up in series 2 was Singularity at the time. And
Hmm.
then like probably like a month or two later, Donald Mustard did that paradigm thing. That's when that kind of singularity paradigm comparison. Other than that, it was things that I knew about the storyline, but I didn't care to have them in my collection. But then when things started happening in the game, like you said, that's when everything changed.
I mean, 2 years. Like when like Manic got its second style.
Yes, that was a big
Like
thing.
Manic got a
Yeah,
style that I actually like and will
yeah.
play with.
Hush.
That yeah, Hush got
Yep.
multiple styles within it, but I
Mhm.
was already a big fan of Hush.
Yeah.
But like Zadie got that multiple style. I don't know if
Mhm.
Zadie had her white version.
Which wait, you talking about she had all her styles from
Yeah, so but she got the purple version, right?
the purple and white version came out way
Yeah,
later.
way later. That's happened now, and so Zadie has even
Yeah,
more
cause
styles.
she had the 4 is it 3? 3 styles or when she first
I
released.
thought it was two when she
No,
first released.
it's the white,
White and the green
the
camo.
camel, and then her original style. So she had all those when they released.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the camel and the original are different.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's changed a little bit for me, but at the same time, I think it just took a while to warm up. Like
Yeah.
sets when they first come out, like a lot of people when Series 3 first came out, like no one talks about this,
Yeah.
but the circle on the top.
Mhm.
This is all we could see. This is all we could talk about was having the rarity on the front.
Mhm.
I never even notice it anymore,
Yeah.
to be completely honest, and no one talks about it anymore.
Mhm.
But when it first came out, everyone's like, "This is horrible. This is the end of the Fortnite cards because there's the logo on the on the top," but no one ever talks about it anymore. So it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, like Haze too. Like, see,
Mhm.
that's another big one that I just didn't notice, but I think it's because I was paying attention to Aura too much.
Yeah, that is a major thing, and then it's some conversation of sealed. So Bob, I know you might not have been here for some of the previous ones, but yeah, I've been considering sealed a lot. Just the reason why is because I'm finally in a place with my collection beside I'll say 3 cards that I still have to obtain, but I'm finally a place in my collection where uh I can get a sealed product and not have a itch to open it because I have the cards that I wanted to pull. Now, don't get me wrong, I like to rip, but I'm not going to rip a series 1 mega box unless I'm buying it for that intention. Like if I'm
So
buying it sealed, I can keep it sealed now.
I want to go back to Kari's question real quick. It kind of ties into this. He also said he's surprised I wasn't big into Series 2, and now I am. Um, Series 2 is super rippable and super easy to buy cards right now.
Mhm.
If the Series 1 cracked dice, like Bright Bomber, Dire, Fable, Calamity, X, Y, Z, were in the 100 to $150 range, like some of these skins are for Series 2. Like, I think I picked up a Red Jade for like I don't know 100 some bucks. I picked up 4 cracked dice for $150 a couple weeks ago for Series 2. I'd have a way more Series 1 cracked dice right now than
Yeah.
Series 2 probably.
Yeah.
So just keep
And
that in mind. Just because I have more Series 2 than Series 1, it's not because I think Series 2 is better in all
yeah.
entirety. It's just that for the price, it's better for right now.
Yeah. For sure.
Um,
Yeah.
back to this. So I bought Series 2. I bought 4 Series 2 mega boxes to keep sealed. I bought
You didn't keep them.
3
You bought them to keep sealed?
I
Oh,
bought
you did
3
terrible then.
I bought 3 reloaded boxes, 18 packs to keep sealed. Um, they all got ripped in, like, the first
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, so Bob, yeah, I've definitely I think Bob, another thing that I think me personally I overlooked when it came to sealed, besides the value that holds, obviously I knew that. When it came to sealed for me was having the artwork of the boxes, the artwork of the boxes and how it aesthetically presents. You know, as we do this content and as the location grows and stuff like that, having those sealed boxes on display would be fun as well. I think that's another thing that I factored in. But my thing with sealed was always that I knew I couldn't keep it sealed. It's not that I didn't think the value was there, that because I always thought value and it was smart to keep sealed product. I knew I couldn't do it. Now that my collection is getting to the point where I'm very comfortable, I can
No,
definitely keep sealed product.
I thought so too, and I tried it. It's not for
Yeah,
me. I just like collecting the cards. I
yeah,
think as, like so I've talked to Rob about this. I was gonna make a video about this. I think if you're investing, this is not investment advice. This is not investment advice. But I think if you're investing in cards in general, it's
yeah.
hard to go wrong when you invest at sealed.
Hmm.
For Series
Yes.
3, I don't think the prices are gonna ever be lower. When I
Yep.
say that Series E has some of the best skins in it
Yeah.
has some of the best skins in it, and the boxes are close to retail. So if I was an investor, I'd probably keep sealed. I can't. I have a problem. I'm an addict
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I like to rip. So I think sealed is great, especially if you want to like there's no risk. I don't want to say there's no risk, but there's less risk in keeping sealed product, especially if you get out a good deal.
Yeah, inglorious.
Not investment advice, not investment
No,
advice.
no, yeah, Jo.
Just the
I
opinion of me.
the sealed in like the sealed art of the boxes, especially. I'll tell you one that I really enjoy looking at, and it brings back memories as soon as I look at it, even though it's not how we purchased it. But the value box for Series One, the yellowish orange value box for Series One, that's definitely one that I want to keep sealed as well because it represents us buying from, is it NOI or NIO? I can never remember. Whatever the company is. Y'all know which company I'm
You
talking
just
about.
messed me up so much
It
by saying
messes me
that.
up every time I say it,
I was
bro.
fine. It's Noah. N-O.
NOI. I can see it now. It's NOI.
Okay.
I think whatever.
You
But
messed me
yeah,
up.
but yeah, no, that is definitely that value box for Series 1, just the representation of what that is. I really would like to have that sale. So I
I
definitely
so
am interested in it.
I don't think you can, but I would like to have a fat pack seal, like a fat pack graded.
I know that's still gonna be a big slab.
Like I don't know if they do that, but
Yeah.
because
Thank
that
you,
was an
Bob.
error.
Yeah.
Ripping those, that was an error for
That
those
was
who
an
weren't
error.
there.
That was an
Yo,
error.
Thomas, I'm glad you're in the hobby. I remember you here last week. You bought a BGS 7.5 since last stream, good or bad. I don't collect Black Knights. I sold all mine. I think any Black Knight base. I don't know what price you got it for. I think any Black Knight base is a good buy
Mhm.
personally, as long as you got a good price. Since you knew the hobby, you don't know this, but they used to go for $600 to $800 raw.
Yep.
A Black Knight base used to go to $600 to $800 raw. I sold them for as much as $600 to $800 raw. So
Mm.
they're really
Mhm.
legendary cards in Series One are hard to pull.
Yeah,
Getting a Black Knight's hard to pull. Getting Hollows is hard to pull. So I think that's a good buy as long as you got it for a good price.
for sure. Yeah,
But not
any
investment
BKs.
advice.
Yeah, for sure.
See,
Uh,
I have to disagree. Seriously, was not mass produced. It just seems that way because our hobby is so small. There's
yeah.
so many cards in this set.
It's
There's actually more skins in Series 3 than there are in Series 2 and Series 1. Because
that's
of that, they have to print more boxes, right? And like if you look at Midas, I don't know how many he has,
that's what
but
I'm
even
looking
if
up right
Midas
now.
hit like 500 cracked dice, I think that's still decent.
Which
That's
I
still
think
like
that's what he's probably gonna be around. I think he might be around. I think his height, the highest it was printed was probably 500.
yeah, but we will never see the highest graded
Right,
though.
right,
Yeah.
because it's sale
So
product. Yep.
yeah, but if the highest was 500, then we're still gravy.
Mhm.
Like that's still super low. Go look at any trading card, especially with the potential that we have. I don't think it was mass produced. I think it was perfectly produced in a way that lets us be able to buy and collect, right? Because if it made it any more rare, I would have bought all of the. If it was any more rare, I'd have all the I'd have all the focuses, all of the elite agents and everything because I bought all the first ones off eBay.
I'm glad we can do this check real quick. So Midas has slowed down with cracked ice, but he is at 135 right now.
Hmm.
80 total tens, 38 nines, right? The laser, my God, the laser is at 30 total, three tens, 23 nines. Let's see what that looked like in 6 months again. Lasers all day. Lasers all day for
Yeah,
series
but
three.
but we go back to like how many people want lasers versus cracked dice. Let me use you guys' argument against you because you talk about the Black Knight. Like he is the card. It's gonna be hard to beat that.
Hmm.
It's gonna be hard to beat cracked dice because cracked dice is the card of the best
For
card.
sure.
Yeah,
But
but I do agree the
yeah,
PSA 10 Laser Midas is gonna be a nasty ass card.
see, because yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat the cracked dice. But when the people that put scarcity and rarity first,
Hmm.
that's when I think it'll get interesting. I think,
Also,
yeah,
there's so much blaster product out there.
but for sure.
There always has been.
It's see
I they need.
the thing is when it comes to the laser and cracked dice, it's a lot of blasters out there. The thing is with it being only one in the blaster box and the price that it's at, you already at a loss right there. Like no matter what the price is, just the amount of having one laser pull and the amount of cards that's in the set, and then you go to grade,
Yeah.
and that's where the lasers are very interesting to me, and
I
it's
mean,
been that
I
way from
can't
the
I
beginning.
can't I can't sleep on it because I'm chasing Renegade Raiders for the same reason.
Yeah, like
Like I
it's
get it. I 100% get it. Like I don't blame you, JT. I
yeah,
don't blame you. He's offering 5K for a Midas PSA. I don't blame you.
yeah,
Um,
it's
but when you say stuff like that, it makes me feel like I sold my Renegade Raider PSA 10 too short.
you probably did. And but back to series 3, like that's what's interesting to me about it happening to Midas though. Like cuz like we said, now we don't know if this is going to be the lasers across the board. Like some
Hmm.
lasers can end up doing better than have a better gem rate than some cracked ice, which more than likely will happen. The interesting thing and the beautiful thing that happened with series 3 and the fact that it was a laser is because it's the only laser and it's happening to Midas, the top chase card. I think that is the perfect. It's like the perfect story to close out with Panini because I think that's going to be a part of the grand total of a chase. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Like you said, people could be like, "Screw it, cracked ice is what I've known. This is what
Yeah.
I've been doing. It's staying this way." Or and then it's going to be another side that's going to be like, "I hear what you're saying, but I'm a scarcity and rarity
I
collector,
would
and
say
I need this card."
I would say cracked ice for the majority of the cards. But then when you get something rare like Midas, his gem rate is so small, because now all the gem rates for lasers are that bad.
Yeah,
You'll have to go and look. Now all of them
ri-
are that bad.
right.
I do think that the Midas laser being so rare to get and him being the chase card
Yeah,
boosts that price up, right?
yeah.
Because the chase card is going to get the biggest multiplier.
Yeah, yeah,
So I get that.
yeah, and that's like
I still rather have shards, but
yeah, cracked ice. Yeah, that yeah, it's the difference. It's a difference. Oh man,
it's
but
pretty much the same thing, though.
no,
Come
it's
on.
not. No, it's a major difference. No, but
You're not letting that go.
it's a major difference. But yeah, Bob, I agree with this. Like my personal experience with ripping blasters, and I ripped a lot in the first 2 months. Bro, even when you're not like, even when it comes to the dud cards, the card is in such bad condition or it's off center. The ABS is just the print lines, all of those things. It's a lot going against lasers and cracked ice for that matter, because cracked ice has those problems as well. Series 3 is gonna be interesting down the road, even if it has a higher print run.
So
There's things that go into it that make it have a lot of appeal.
I'm curious, Bob. Would you rather? Because you're talking about how you can buy loads of megas for Series 3. You can do that with blasters. Which one would you pick for Series 3? Or are you not doing? Are you not caring about sealed for Series 3 at all?
Shoot, at this price, I'm pretty sure he's gonna say both. The price that is at now, you can do pretty well. Like if he is doing it, you could do pretty well just stacking up both. But to your point, I'm interested to see what he say because I know Bob is an avid seal collector.
Yeah. See, like I was watching the Series 3 blaster cases, and I almost bought some. I don't even want lasers.
Hmm.
I was like, because I don't want them. I could keep that sealed.
Yeah,
I could keep a blaster sealed so easily.
I could keep a blaster seal. Even if I like the laser, I
I
could keep it
found
sealed because it's
blasters in a
that.
store.
Yeah, blasters
My wife
are.
made me buy one. I didn't even
Yeah,
want to buy it.
but the point is, the thing is this: if anybody's opened blasters consistently or opened a good amount, you understand what you're up against as time goes
Mhm.
on. And not God forbid, because we want it to happen, but if it does happen where blasters hit $100, bro, there's no way I'm opening up $100 blaster box ever. Is no way. So still, when it comes to blaster, it might be very appealing. It might be very appealing because there's just no way. Like I'm just thinking about it. That's one that I have, like you said, I will have no trouble keeping sealed just based off of it, how it is.
So Mile High, you said seriously will never run out. I disagree.
Yeah, this is
I disagree. It's all I think it's all gonna run out eventually. I think everyone forgets how small the hobby is.
yeah.
Like y'all forget how small the hobby is. If Epic Games does the cards and they do one advertisement,
Hmm.
Series 2, Series 1, Series 3 are gonna dry up super fast, in my opinion. Not investment advice. I'm not gonna look at I think it's a great opportunity right now, and people are like, "It's gonna be here forever." It's not.
Yeah,
This stuff isn't gonna be here forever.
but I will say that I think Series 3 will be in circulation for a while, which is a good thing. I
Yeah,
think
I
it'll
think
be
it's a good thing too. It
yeah,
will be
yeah,
not
yeah,
forever, but for a while. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
it will be in there for a while, and I think that's gonna be the beauty of it because that's gonna be the interesting thing when it comes to I think that's what's gonna give Series 3 is extreme high level of interest because as time goes on, where do you stop? I mean, for a mega box, it's kind of always an interesting rip, and those cars will go up. But a
Mhm.
lot of the lasers, even though the top lasers are great, it's a lot of dud lasers in there when it comes if you're not set collecting, right? So I just can't see people opening up blaster boxes past a certain price. I don't know what that price is, but I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I know it's been more than one a year, but you know how Series 3 came after like the huge push for like trading cards,
Yeah.
right? You know how like over like trading cards a lot of people are. So and
Hmm.
like how small our hobby is. It's not like when Series 2 came out and like everyone was buying to flip.
Right.
Not that many people are buying
Right.
these megas to flip right now.
Right.
Like when Series 2 came out, every sports person was buying every trading card at Target.
Hmm.
I was in the sports group and I saw they had Fortnite in the boxes. They had everything
Hmm.
just to flip,
Yep.
right? That's not happening as much. Right
They
now, the
made it
people who are buying are the long-term collectors.
right, yeah, right now, because in an initial, like anything else, yeah, when Series 3 first dropped, they were doing that as well, but they
Hmm.
tapered off faster than Series 2 did. That's for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah,
so has it across all hobbies.
yeah, yep. And it's
Yeah,
and the thing is, the flip opportunity is 100% pretty much gone at this point.
yeah,
Uh, and that's for, like you said, that's for a lot of different things. So I'll be interested to see over the next 2 years when it comes to Series 3.
yeah. And Series 3 sold out in the first 3 minutes from
Mhm.
being.
Series 3 did very well across the board.
Hmm.
I mean, you think about it, Target couldn't even put it on shelves because we cleaned out the website. Like it was like it
Yeah,
was
there. I found more series.
I found
I
more Series 3 at Walmart than I did at Target.
I don't know if I ever found Series 3 in a Target.
No, I found it once.
No, Walmart. I found it at Walmart. That's
I found
right.
all mines at Walmart.
But I
I
found
yeah,
more Series 2 in stores than I did Series 3.
yeah.
If I'm being 100% honest, like they were all gone. So, I mean, I think a lot of people bought them online.
Yeah, and so Mile High's perspective here. Yeah, Mile High is very the staying grounded aspect. I understand the level headedness and thinking of the car Fortnite cards introspectively. Um but yeah, yeah, never mind.
I mean, I think you're underestimating how how strong this small community is. Um, and how like any collectible, it's so easy for it to dry up once you add time to it. Like I don't know how long you guys are into it, but like this is what I collect now. I collect
Yeah.
Fortnite. I don't collect anything else. Right? This is what I collect. I'm gonna just keep collecting it. Um, I'm not gonna stop. So if the prices go down, I'm gonna keep collecting it. If
Yeah.
Series 3 boxes don't go down in price and none come out,
Hmm.
when I feel like ripping, I'm gonna buy some boxes off of eBay.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only one. So I don't think the boxes will be there forever. Now, how long? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, Series 3 was a really good set skin wise.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have nothing to worry about to be honest.
But also my high, like, if you said nobody's gonna buy 500 Midases if Series 1, shards aren't selling, but Series 1 shards are selling. Have they had dips and downs? That's gonna happen throughout time. And like we said a week, we probably said it 2 weeks in a row. We're gonna see lower sales than this. Like the way the economy is and the whole
Hmm.
big picture is going to be very interesting over the next couple years. People are going to get the cars that they want if they stay. Uh, that and
I mean,
the
it's
new
not
collect.
like Rob said it's not a flippers market anymore.
No, no,
It's
it's a
like
collector's
it's
it's a
a
collector's
buyer's
market.
market right now.
100%.
And you don't
100%.
have to pay the high prices. Why
Mhm,
would you pay a high price when someone might list something tomorrow for a lot cheaper and you can get a whole but much more for your money?
mhm.
Like I've been waiting for a singularity,
Yeah.
right? And then someone listed a singularity with rocks and two other cracked ice cards for
Yep.
$150. And
Yep.
just 5 months ago, I was trying to buy one for like $300-$400.
Yeah.
So like that has a lot to do with it. I think price is gonna keep going down. Like Bob keeps saying, it's a buyer's market and the community is super small, but this community is strong.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
again,
strong.
that's for sure.
Like this product isn't flaky.
Mhm.
Like it's not like I'm collecting it not to get rich. This
Yeah.
is not like, and you don't have to play it. Um, so I mean, I'm very
And
confident.
it's
I think it'll all dry up soon.
so Thomas, when it comes to Series 3 hobby boxes are actually pretty good. Now for what like going for cracked like right now where the prices is, it makes no sense. When it comes to
So
a hobby box.
he's super new.
Yeah.
So if you're coming from, because you said hobby box, if you're coming from sports or anything else,
Yep.
hobby boxes are always the chase. This
Not
has
this.
never been the case for Fortnite.
Mhm.
All of the chase cards are in mega boxes.
Yep.
So real quick, series one, mega boxes were only sold in Target,
Mhm.
and those got the cracked ice, and you can get like the Black Knight cracked ice worth a whole bunch of money. Series two was
Mhm.
only sold in Target.
Mhm.
Series 3 was sold in Target, Walmart, for mega boxes, and
Yeah.
others. Now, for Series 1 and Series 2, cracked dice were only in megas, but Series 3, you also got lasers in the blaster boxes, which are
Mhm.
also the only way you can get those.
Yeah.
Hobby boxes don't get lasers, they don't get cracked dice. They get more hits of hollows and Optichrome.
And the frozen and then the special cards,
And
which is
like
the
they
frozen.
get more legendary base cards and the
Mhm.
frozen cards, but they don't get those special hits. So people don't chase the hobbies as much, which is
Yep.
confusing to new collectors because it's
Mhm.
completely different than what Panini has done for
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, so when you're going for the top chase, like Bob is saying, when you're going for the top chase of a shard or a cracked ice, that is in a mega box. I'm pretty sure you know that by now, Thomas. But if you didn't, that is the only place that you can find the crystal shards and the cracked ice. And it's just stick with us, Thomas. Come every time you can because this hobby is very nuanced. It has a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different opinions, and we talk about it, consistently. So if you stick with us and if you really are collecting, uh, you'll learn a lot every Friday. And any questions you have, none of them are stupid. Ask them, and we'll definitely answer them for you.
I don't know if that's a good campfire story or a bad campfire story. Is it a horror story? I just posted a link for everything you need to know about starting Fortnite cards.
Yeah,
Thomas, check that out and let me know what you think. I explained a lot of that in here, like the different, so you can get cracked ice, lasers, optichrome hollows. Um, just so you know, Series One hollows and legendaries were extremely hard to
yes,
pull. They're a lot easier in Series Two and Series Three, but Series One, it's like getting a hollow was like a Christmas present.
literally.
So that's what like really made it like take
And
off.
hitting a hollow you want was the best Christmas present. Like
Oh, I
hitting
know,
a
right?
hollow,
Because there's
hitting
like
a
you get
hollow
a
you actually
hollow
want to get.
freaking
Yeah,
spatula.
yeah. That was
So
man, that's
I had so many hollows, I sold them all.
yeah. Oh no, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Well,
The
because I fell in love
hollows.
with the cracked ice, so I sold all my
Mhm.
hollows. Not that I had anything against them, it's just when you have all these cracked ice, it's just like
The
that's what I wanna
best,
look at.
the best worst thing that ever happened to me is me getting my first Series One crystal shards. I promise you, the first time I got them in, everything changed. I had this whole plan of how I was gonna get to my top cards,
Mhm.
and then those came in. I was like, okay, I have to have more of these. It's no way I can know these are out here the way they look. And I'm like, this has to
Like,
happen. So
everyone's in the comments like, "Man, we're gonna run out of they're never gonna run out of cards, they're just gonna keep going down in price." I hope so, because I want some more Series 1 cracked ice. Oh, my bad, crystal shards.
thank you.
I want some more of those, and, but, like, I want them where, like, it's not breaking the bank, you know?
Mhm.
Um, so
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah, gravity feed boxes are amazing, amazing.
Yeah, fat packs are still a bread and butter for me. They're just so much harder to get now, and they can be weighed, Thomas.
Mhm.
So I never ran into people weighing them, but I know they can be. Same thing with
Yeah.
six. That's why people want to buy the boxes.
Yep. Yep. That is a fact.
Yeah, the 13. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And it's had and the thing is that's beautiful about the mega box. It's had its lows and its extreme highs, but it's definitely had lows and it's came back up. I mean, mega boxes was touching what did it get to like 859? We were talking about it. It was like
I was like, I told
859.
it got down to $800, and I was like, once this hits 600, I'm buying. That's what I said. I was like,
I
once it
could
hits 600, I'm buying, and then it just shot back up to 1400. I was like, what the heck, man?
Yeah, that was I remember that. Cuz I was sitting there like if this keeps going down, this is I'm about to lose my mind. I think it's like Kari said earlier, if it would if these prices would hit a certain price, it's a wrap.
So
It's getting
this is
flooded.
another thing. I don't know if this is what you're saying, Bob, but a lot of people keep asking like, "Oh, this card's rare, that card because it's legendary." That only applies to the base cards, for as far as we know. If anyone tells you anything, they're guessing. As far as we know, all hollows have the same pull rate. You can get a Black Knight, you can get a Skull Trooper, you can get anything. The issue is there's so many freaking skins in this set, and it's already so rare to pull up one of those hollows that everyone seems like they can't find that card. I never pulled a Red Knight, and I opened up thousands of boxes. I
Mhm.
pulled dozens of Skull Trooper hollows, and I don't think Rob pulled very many of those at all.
Mm-mm. Nope, I
Right?
didn't.
So
I didn't pull in a lot of skull
when you're
troopers
looking
at
at the
all.
rarity, it doesn't really matter for hollows or cracked dice. Now, once you get to series two, I don't know because we can look here. The amount of cards is separate. Series one, it was 50, 50, 50. But when
Mhm.
you get to series two, they switched them up. So like legendary, there's a lot fewer legendary, and then there's more, and then there's fewer. What do you call it? Uncommon than rare, right? So I don't know how they split it up with this.
Yeah, and
No idea.
Thomas, try to if you're looking to get a series 2 and they have them listed at 200, if they have or best offer, try to negotiate a little bit because you could get them. You should
You
be able
can
to
get
get them
them cheaper,
cheaper.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Series two, I've bought my last four that I bought. I got them for 125 each.
Hmm.
So anywhere from 125 to like 140, I think is a good deal for a Series Two mega box.
Yeah.
200 is like you're paying full price.
Right. Right.
So try to get a little bit lower. But with that said, if you're looking for the cracked dice, it might be cheaper just to buy them off eBay.
Yeah.
If you're quick.
Oh wait, here's the how much were
I'm
you all
telling you,
getting that?
Thomas. That's why I be telling people like there's not that
Uh-huh.
much Series Two megas out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. It's crazy out here,
You
man.
wanna
It
know how
really
much
is.
I was getting my fat packs for?
Oh my gosh, back then, geez, it was crazy.
Okay,
It was
so
crazy.
I was one of the first people to figure out that five and below had Fortnite cards.
Hmm.
I was like one of the first.
But the NOI ones, I think you're talking about.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying for fat packs.
Hmm.
They had them at 5 and below, 50% off, because no
Mm.
one knew they were there. They put them in the toy section in the box.
Mhm.
And so I told that people started cleaning it. I cleaned out like 8 5 and belows for $2 a fat pack.
Mhm.
Like $2.49 or something. That was crazy. Then the NOI ones were $5 a
Yep.
fat pack. They were
Yep.
selling them at retail price. They had a deal with Panini when
The
they got
deals.
them,
Yep.
so they were selling them for MSRP. And we
Yep.
were buying. I bought thousands.
Literally. It was. I mean,
It was a madhouse, and I only pulled one Black Knight Hollow. Oh my gosh, no Red Knights.
man, it
This
was.
Skull Trooper after Skull Trooper after Skull Trooper. I was like,
I'm not gonna lie. I had an extremely hot hand with Series One. Series One, I did very well when it came to those NOI packs, and I mean, I put everything that I wanted to besides my main card. I did not pull a Lux, but everything else I pulled. Black Knight. I put in my first packs. I put a Black Knight Hollow and a Black Knight base. And then I'm just like, I thought I was about to go through the roof with that, and it changed quickly after that.
hey, I see what you mean, but my question, Bob, is there's only 30 legendary, right? And there's 50 uncommon, right? So in Series 2, uncommons and legendary cracked ice always come together, right? Always.
Mhm.
I don't know how they can get the same print run with that, with 30 of the legendary and 50 of that. I don't know the math on that. I'm sure that they were really specific and they tried hard. I guess they could figure out how to get those to be the same as everything else. I just don't know how. It's very confusing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about for that. Instead of like how they were on the cut on the sheet, I'm talking about when they put them into the plastic and then put them into the mega box. Since it's a legendary and uncommon, how do they get the same amount across the board? That I don't know. For
Mm.
Series 1, it's really obvious how they can do it. There's
Yeah.
50, 50, 50. I don't know how they do it for this one.
Yeah, that's yeah, Kari, listen, Kari, it was real. It was real. And Kari, I came just before the major spike. Like I just made it. Literally, I seen when I came in, I was able to see everything that just like happened over the past 8 months. And then it was through the roof probably a month and a half after I was collecting. So
And
it
it
was
was
crazy.
crazy.
It was
It
crazy.
was so much fun. We were just ordering.
It was crazy. Seeing that box come in and knowing you had all those packs to oh man, it was
It was so
nuts.
much fun.
It
They would
was
send them in this big box,
yep.
and we just have a ripping party. Me, my
Shoot.
wife, and my kids were just rip, rip, rip.
Yep.
Now
Yeah.
that was fun because you get a hollow in every 4
Mhm.
packs, and people were like, "They're weighed." I was like, "They're not weighed. They have too many packs to weigh
Yeah.
these things."
Mhm.
Everyone was so worried.
Nah.
Someone was like, "I ordered 10 packs. I didn't get a hollow." I said, "That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
order enough packs. You got like a shitty run of luck, right?"
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I want if you have 10 uncommons and 20 legendaries, if they had to print all legendaries, would have to print twice of the commons. Yeah, but it's the other way around, right? So they had 50 uncommons and 30 legendaries. So they had to print less. They had to print double the legendaries for it to work. Because there's less legendaries than there are uncommons. So if they all go together.
Oh yeah, he said the opposite. Yeah. Okay, I see
Oh,
that.
did he say that somewhere
Yeah.
else? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that comment yet. Yeah, I agree. No one knows. Now someone else did some math, right? And that rare and epic, they have I don't even remember, like 110 minus what is that, like 70, 50? I don't know. They've got more.
Yeah.
So they have more than the uncommon. So are these more rare than the uncommon ones? So like series 2 is very confusing on like which cracked ice. Like I don't think series 1 has like a card that's more rare for cracked ice
Mm.
wise. I think it's very possible that series 2 does.
Yeah.
Series 3, 25. Oh, I forgot to put the numbers here. That's so useful. 25, 75, 100. See, that's even weirder.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Like, look how many cards that is. So that's 232 cards. So, like, each set has had 200 skins. Series 3 has had 232.
Mhm.
That means 32 more skins than the other ones. That's not a small number. So when
Yeah.
people say there's way more print run, there's way more skins.
Yeah.
Plus a bigger print run, right? It is a bigger print run for sure. Look at Midas, but there's also more skins. And looking at this 32 and 25, I don't. I would, since if they printed like the same amount of legendary and uncommon as they did rare and epic, the legendary ones might be printed more than epic and rare. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because if there's 100 epic and only 30 and 25 of these, and like you have the same chance of pulling a legendary. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah.
But if you have the same, someone should do that. Someone should open a case. See how many legendary packs you pull versus how many epic packs do you pull.
Yeah.
Actually, and it might even be different. I don't remember which one you get. I need a Series 3 box.
Hmm.
So Midas might actually be not the rarest, but the least rare out of Series 3. Potentially.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
Is that true? Does legendary come with uncommons? in Series 3?
I can't remember. I have
Does
no
anybody know
idea.
who's opened up a Series 3 box lately? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long while for me.
Is it rare and epic together, or did they switch it up and do like legendary and rare? I cannot remember. I'm sure nobody knows.
Somebody got it. I know somebody had to rip enough.
Dang, I'm gonna have to order some Series 3 boxes and do that. I want a case,
Mm-hmm.
right? Open up a whole case and see how many legendary packs you get versus epic
Legendary,
cases.
legendary with uncommon or frozen, epic and rare.
Legendary with uncommon or frozen.
Yeah, or frozen. My bad. Yep.
See, and that goes into the loop too because we have those placed here.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So technically, frozen are like uncommon. We put them in the legendary column, but maybe they should actually be in the uncommon one. Because of a cracked ice.
Well, that's based off the
Cracked ice, though,
the
not
the,
the
the
base.
number.
Yeah, this is based off the number.
Yeah.
That's true. So what's this? 3. Was it 9? Is it
Oh
9?
yeah. JT said you also can get a frozen with a frozen, so can't say.
Gosh, dang, that's
Dang.
confusing.
Yeah, that's super confusing.
I just know that for like Series 2, like I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm gonna be completely honest. When I go down this list, there's skins in here that never show up. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about rare and epic, okay? When I go down here, there's skins on here that never show up.
Yeah, Ruby is a
Ruby
scale
finally showed
coin.
up and was bought instantly. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen one in like a year, 2 years, maybe ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was hard for me to find a cracked ice picture for the top 50 list. Another one is like I have a good amount of hushes, so kind of hard to say that one's rare. But I just don't know, you know. Like Zadie, I never see Zadie at all.
Yeah.
We never see 8 Ball. Remember how
Those
rare
are
he
yep.
was?
Those are
And
those are
and he's
scarce.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's what 30 something auras. I mean, 8 Ball got a huge sale.
Uh
So if he's out there, they would be selling them.
Thomas, I like Frozen a lot. I like the Frozen cards a whole lot. I think whoever's the people that's collecting the sets, they're gonna be happy down the road. I think it's unique. It's a lot. Obviously, it's easier. It's multiple ways you can pull it, well, or get the insert. Not the insert. What was the special cards? I don't know how you say the exact term. But there's multiple ways that you can get those. Like JT said, you can get it with frozen or
What?
legendary frozen. So I think that the frozen set is gonna be very important down the road.
Did you see this?
Well, yeah, but that's how Zadie was looked at though.
But for 40?
Yeah. She was looked at that way. Zadie was
Well,
that's how people
that's
looked at her for a very long time.
here's the problem is Aura was being sold for $25.
Hmm.
So like everything else was just like white noise to me.
Well, yeah, but but you warmed up to Zadie a little bit. That's what also happened.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I did warm up to her.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I was looking for her
But
that
this
whole
I just
time.
but the thing with Zadie was I always knew people played with her. I didn't play with her. And
Mm.
I guess I just wasn't too focused on it. I was just focused on Aura instead of trying to take advantage of the market, you know what I mean? But then Zadie got popular when I bought the skin. Then I was like, okay, now I want her, and now it's hard to find.
No, Zadie was popular before that.
No, no, I know she was
Yeah, yeah,
popular. No, I'm saying
yeah.
I knew she was popular. She wasn't
Mhm.
popular to me. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have the skin. I didn't play it.
Mhm.
Aura is one that I was just everything else was white noise.
Mhm.
And I just wasn't fixated. But then I bought the skin. I was like, you know what? I really like Zadie. Now
Yeah.
I can't get her,
Yeah,
which is
if
gonna happen to a lot of these.
for sure. Uh if you ask me, Thomas, I would say Frozen Red Knight, Fish Stick, and Nogops being the top 3. Drift Drift could fight for top 3 as well, but those are definitely the top 3, top 4 if you want to go with that. But it's such a unique
I
set. You
think
can go
Drift is
with
definitely
anything.
gonna be 4.
Yeah.
I think exactly how you said it. I think it'd be Frozen Red Knight. In terms of usage, mm, Hog Ops or Fish Stick? I like both of those three are good.
Now,
Frozen
if
Red
you,
Knight is definitely the best out of these, and then these
Mhm.
two are close.
Yeah, yeah, fish stick, and then fish stick poles and that is just nuts.
Yeah,
Yo, they
it works
killed
so
that.
well. It's nice. I
Yeah,
want that in cracked ice to be honest, and I don't even wear fish sticks.
yeah,
Um, no, that one's a good one.
yeah. That, and then the thing is, the set is small enough for them all to have a certain level of importance. But if you're trying to pick them apart in the right order, like if you're trying to complete the set, that's probably the order you want to go into. Yeah, drift. First of all, drift card, bro. When I first seen that drift card on the fro, that Drake threw me for a loop because that card was crazy beautiful. Like that one threw me for a loop. The frozen
I don't
cards are absolutely amazing.
I don't even know if I have any cracked ice frozen
So
cards. I need
it's
to look.
crazy. It's crazy to think about. I pulled every frozen card but two.
In
I
cracked
didn't.
ice?
Yes, I didn't pull Snowheart and
Well,
Devour.
you pulled so well.
I
Like,
did.
you
I
remember when we were doing this? It was like
Yeah.
you got you even got Guff. Like I wanted
Yep.
Guff. I didn't get Guff.
Yep.
I kept the only card for Series 3 that I've pulled that I'm okay with is where's
I
she
put,
at?
and it's crazy because my best hits is when I got anxious and had to open off of the live. I pulled Elite Agent Focus, uh Jules, Midas, most of the Frozen,
Where's Vi at? What is she, legendary?
Vi. I pulled Vi twice.
See, I pulled Vi. That's the only one that I was happy about pulling out of all the Series 3, I think.
Yeah, that drift, man, that drift was amazing. Uh
I
I
remember that drift pull too. It did look fire. You
yeah.
know what? I wasn't gonna chase the Frozen set, but now that we're talking
Bro,
about
the
it, I might
Frozen
get
set.
in tens. I might try to get the cracked ice of that.
And I'm no exaggeration, you could collect the Frozen set strictly off aesthetic. Just
Yeah,
aesthetic alone.
100%.
Like just as even the hollow, bro, the hollow has the snowflakes in it. Like you can't really see it with the cracked ice, and you
Yeah,
can see it with the Optichrome, obviously, but the hollow, the base, it's unique to the set. I like the Frozen set a lot.
I would say like Frozen Red Knight by itself is probably a strong card,
Hmm.
but like as a set, I definitely see it being super. Like some of
Yeah.
these, like Frozen Raven, I don't even think is that big. It's not that crazy.
And it's a,
Even Frozen Broker's not crazy.
that's his pickaxe is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, it is. The Devourer. I mean,
Hmm.
some people might like it because of like his play in the
Storyline.
game,
Yeah.
but the sec, yeah, I might have to do that. See, that's why I like that the boxes are only 35, $30 because
Hmm.
I have time to. I don't have to rush to complete that.
Oh yeah, Raz is another one. Raz card is amazing. Storyline, lore.
Yeah,
Uh
that's another one that has a really nice looking card.
when you talk about, and then when you talk about, man, lore and storyline top 10 is not easy. Obviously, I did a video on it before, and that was ridiculous. Trying to do that was hard within itself. But yeah, Raz is a big
You
one.
like the villains long term? I
I
Inglorious.
love the
I
villains.
I love the villains too. Spire Assassin is not my favorite.
Yeah,
Like
I
if
love all the
they,
villains.
I feel like if there was a villain that they decided not to do anything with, I feel like it would be Spire Assassin.
But her, I mean, lore wise is important.
It
Super,
is,
super
but like
important.
the villain part of it, it felt
She was a
flat to me.
really, oh no, she
Yeah.
annoyed the heck out of me. Like I think she played that part
Or
right.
like
'Cause
for people paying attention to her. Like no one
Mhm,
cared about that skin and like the Spire was cool. The Spire was a big part.
mhm.
No, you know which was worse? And she's not a card, but the tree lady
Oh,
that just happened.
what is her name? We called her Blossom at first, or whatever it was. I can't
The
remember
one
her.
that had to do with the
Yeah,
chrome.
yeah.
They dropped the ball now because that
The
made no
hero,
sense.
was it the hero? I can't
Maybe
remember.
it was the
Something
Herald.
like
Yeah, the
that.
Herald.
Yeah.
It was forget the skin being dumb.
The
The whole concept was dumb, and like I
concept.
never understood the Chrome,
Hmm.
and then like
And
how they defeated her and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
is oh
It
man,
was lazy.
I don't. So okay, we were supposed to get to this point, but we had other things to talk about. So I'm convinced. I've been thinking about this. I'm convinced, and I'm pretty sure we all feel this way anyway. But they're just trying to get, like, you know how you brought up earlier. I think the main characters have been cemented.
Yeah.
I think that's what they've been doing, obviously, but n- I think they tried to like add some extra characters in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it got weird. And that's what I feel happened. I feel that they had this trajectory, and then somebody got a little bit too much zeal, and it's like something happened there. Though
What
it was
happened?
very
What I
interesting.
like what you're going. I think someone got ran out of time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's just it wasn't all adding up, they were doing too much,
Well,
and so them pushing people
mhm,
creating their own games will give them the space to focus on the actual stories that they already have to do.
yeah,
So maybe we see less stuff like that, which I'd be fine
mhm,
with, I
yeah.
guess, as long as we get actual content in another form.
It's and it's such a tough, but it's a tough task. Like I can't imagine what they're going through,
Yeah.
because you got to the point, like, let's be real. Like we said, that I don't think they Donald Mustard may have, but Donald Mustard was the head runner of it. He probably believed it more than a lot of people, right? But when it
Mhm.
was successful, I think it's a lot of things that they had to go back and like adjust. And within that adjustment, I think that some things got lost in translation, and I think they're trying to resolve those things now. And so I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Um, Inglorious asked about Beach Bomber. I mean, there's a lot of skins that get like a spike of popularity for a time.
Yeah,
Beach Bomber, I think she got a little bit of a spike, but nothing like crazy.
yeah. Have a good one, Thomas. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. Always check out FortniteCards.com if you have any questions. Join the forum and we can talk there. Let me go here and look. 'Cause man, focus. the, we've been talking about focus. The fact that we've been talking about focus since these cards came out, and look what's the most for this season. Granted, she got her own skin, but
Yeah,
still.
Bob, I would be lying if I did too a little bit, Bob. I think mine's was Bob. Mine's wasn't even. I would take that back. Mine's wasn't even paradigm. Mine's came with the lack of cutscenes and the way the story was this way the story was the past 2 seasons. That's where I lost a little trust, and that's where I'm kind of in limbo right now. I know they're gonna pull it off some way. I just don't know how long it's gonna take, and that's what kind of gets me worried. That's what really gets me worried.
Yeah, so she had like a little spike for this summer, and then another spike, but at the same time, it's like downhill. So Beach Bomber is not that great in my opinion.
I think it's a great skin. I don't know. I think people like it more than
Surf,
Weird,
which
which is interesting.
Surf, which is popular. Um, there's no denying it.
There's no denying that.
You can't deny this.
Surf, which is, I mean, that is astronomical.
And Surf, which is a new style of haze, by the way. If you did not know, um, didn't I grade a haze? I think I did somewhere
And
on here. You said it's not ice. Oh, that's not haze. I used to. Oh, she's wearing from.
still see it all the time, bro. No
I
exaggeration.
see Surf Witch all the time.
Literally all the time, and across the board in every aspect of it. And
No, bots do not. Sweats use. It's a sweat skin.
it's and they have bots rotations, but it's not going to affect it to this
It's
level.
it's got a wish list of 15,000 on here, 12,000 fire. Based on all the other
It's
skin, she outperforms them in those areas on this
now,
website.
and if y'all want the other side, I told y'all earlier, one that I think is very overlooked is DJ Yonder. I think DJ Yonder is a very popular skin, is heavily marketed. Um, I think that one is gonna be no, that's usage.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I just want to pull it on. But for those who don't know, these stats are not for chapter one.
yeah,
He probably has more for chapter one.
yeah. But if you go to like this is one that is gonna be this is one that's gonna be pretty major, and it's not based off of. This is me doing different type of research. But yeah, it should be interesting.
People can upload the same video multiple times, so skin count could be increased that way.
It's not going, but Bob, it's
What do you mean
not
by
gonna.
upload the same video? I don't think it's not by video, is it?
Is by replays. So it's
Oh, I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
talking the game replays.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if even Bob, even if that was a case, it wouldn't even put a dent into what the numbers should be. It literally, it wouldn't even affect it.
Yeah.
It's not video, it's replays, JT. So the replays are submitted to so they can
Every
yeah,
every time you play a Fortnite match, if you have the setting on, it captures a replay.
yeah. And then those replays are submitted, and then they break down each one of those games
Like I
in
can
the
I can show
rotation of
you
the
real
game.
quick. Let me pull it up and show you guys what we're talking about here for replays. I think I have it on. I think it starts on. You can turn it off. You can turn
Yeah, you
replays
can
off
turn it
to get.
off.
And
Yeah.
actually, that helps us because the only people who really turn replays off are super sweats
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
they turn replays off to take less load.
Yeah.
Um, I actually haven't turned Fortnite on in like a week.
Yeah. So Bob, so did I. So it's still, but in the grand scheme of it, it still will not affect the bigger picture of like there's one person, two people, three people, 10, 15, 20. It cannot affect the numbers of 10 million, 8 million. It just wouldn't put a dent into it. Now, here's the thing that I haven't said, and I will say this very clearly. You can completely ignore usage. Don't even look at it. Don't pay attention to it. Don't factor it in. Don't even think about it. And just I'll just say that don't factor it in. If you want to factor it in, trust me, it is an amazing usage. It is an amazing tool, and it will tell you a lot of what you need to know if you are looking for opportunities. That's all I'll
So
say.
yeah, I like what you're saying there because just so you guys know, this didn't like us showing you this list, this Fortnite GG. When we realized this literally changed nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on this list besides one skin was surprising, and that was Brute Gunner. Like this was one I just never even thought about. Um, that's the only thing that really surprised me, but like made sense once I saw the list. Everything else, I
Yeah.
didn't need this list. Like I still collect the same way. Like this was all really accurate. But the way I knew this was accurate was because it was right on point for what I've seen playing hundreds of days on
Mhm.
Fortnite. You know.
And so Inglorious, this is kind of Inglorious. This is what so Dill thinks Brute Gunner, all of these things cool. If that's the case, if you feel it's just based off of AI and bots are making these major of numbers, that could be the case. That's the ones they're choosing to use as bots. You can choose the however you want. I'll tell you for me, there's multiple things that come of importance to me that's outside of me having just PC cards. And usage rate tells you so much of how the game is broken down because we showed y'all last week when you go to the actual game you can now see how many people are using each game mode. So there's almost 7 million people, I mean not 7 million, 700,000 people concurrently playing zero builds and battle royale at one given time. So even though arenas is extremely a big factor of usage, it doesn't affect the whole big picture, and
I'll
that's what
also tell you
convinced
guys,
me
I
more.
don't play against AI bots
Hmm.
on majority. Like, unless I play with somebody else who's like really, really bad, I don't really get AI bots. So, and these are like I see dummy all the time. I
Yeah.
recognize that.
Well,
Here, so here's the replays real quick.
mhm,
Right here, so you can have it off and on. It's almost always on unless you turn it off.
mhm.
And then to go and look at it, you can go to what is it? Career replays. I don't even know if I have any. I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, and Bob, and what I'm actually Dale, uh Black Knight is in a rotation of bots, I believe, right now. Um of uh the AI ones. But Bob, even in the aspect of getting more specific data, what I'm saying is a lot's not going to change from that. And that's just being truthful. It's just something I'm trying not to say it as blunt. I just know nothing. A lot's not going to change based off of what is consistently seen. Whether you look at the pro scene, the streamer scene, the casual gamers, these are the skins that's being worn. And whether the numbers fluctuate a little bit, it won't change too much. And it's just the truth.
So all my stuff is super old. I don't think I can watch one. But pretty much yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
remove them.
And Bob, you okay? Let's even go. I don't, but that's the thing. I just don't take them with a grain of salt. I think that's where we are. That's where we're split. I don't take them with a grain of salt. They can be 60-40 humans versus bots. This they're becoming bots for a reason. If that's the case, the popularity of a skin to skin, the usage of a skin, it is very. You know what? I don't know.
You, you you don't have to
I
take the usage. It was just
I
something that
just
we wanted
yeah
to give the community another way. If you do not play the game and you wanted to see what people were playing with, that's the way to use it. I don't need it. It's fun
yeah.
to look at, and I like the stats.
I just think that from the perspective that some have taken, it would do a lot of people a disservice that's coming in and they can't get a Black Knight. They can't get these top 20 cards. And they had no idea that if they looked at this, they could see a whole bunch of opportunity. Doesn't mean the card market is going to adapt it, but they have opportunity and they can feel like they have an advantage down the road to collect certain cards that you can find on your own.
Yeah, and I mean, but like whether it's like 100% use like accurate or not, I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about like 1,500 skins, and I guarantee most of you guys are not looking past 30. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're complaining about the top 30 out of a 1,500,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard for those stats to get messed up. But regardless, I collect what you want. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you don't
And
have to even
collect.
look at
Yeah.
usage.
Don't
Like, what do you
don't
want to collect? Collect. Don't collect Black Knight because everyone wants it. Don't
yeah.
collect Aura because I collect it. Like, I
I
don't care
mean,
what you guys
the
collect.
the thing
Don't
is the
collect
reason.
Focus. Don't collect it.
Yeah,
It's just we're just saying like, if you wanted to know what they were using in game, that's a great way to look. I don't need to know. I know. I play all the time. Like you can.
and
I
I
can.
mean, I think when we first found it, I mean, I was excited to bring it to the community because I couldn't believe we had this type of information. It's information that I thought we wouldn't have for a very long time, even a glimpse of it. So take it however you want. Don't look at it. Don't take it. Whatever way you want to angle it.
So where
Yeah,
is? Oh, you know what? You know what you can go. To, you know what I can do is
yeah. Warfighter. I like this hoodie a lot, a whole lot.
Yeah, I saw your hoodie too. I thought that joint was dope. What is it that you can Oh, Fortnite tracker.
Hmm.
So I changed my screen name. Fortnite tracker is super useful. Um, see if I can pull myself up. Is this me? Dang, I got 700 people viewed my profile. Let's go. Let's see. Lifetime. What am I looking here? I'm trying to look. Where can you find out how much you've played? It was like 80. It was like 60 days or something. Is this me? I can't even tell.
Yeah, yeah, dude. But that's all we were bringing. I just would when I say it's the most important, I think is one of the most important. Yeah, I know. I'm standing on that. I think it's very important. But it can be a secondary, it can be a fifth perspective, it can be a last perspective, and I think it's all gonna be important from that perspective. But yeah.
So everyone put your playtime. I've played 93 days worth of Fortnite. That's 2,225 hours. And I'm probably not the most, but that's still a lot. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of
It
days.
is.
That's 93 24-hour days I've played.
Yeah, and I think it's very I think it's very interesting to have these type of things because I'll be uh I'll be honest, I don't think that even up until this point, I value the card. Me and Dill just talked about this. I value the card market a whole lot. I value the
Mhm.
hobby. the way the hobby moves when it comes to pull rates, when it comes to pop reports. I value that a whole lot. What to me personally, I feel like the game hasn't been realized. It doesn't ever have to be realized. I'll be comfortable with that, but I feel like the game hasn't been realized in the card market, and that's what's yet to come. Don't know how it will shake out. Don't know what will come on top, but yeah.
He's like,
I was-
I don't like to show off I played 0 hours. And you probably still are gonna have one of the best collections in a few
Serious.
years compared
Yeah.
to all these people who've played.
But that's the part that's gonna kill a lot of gamers. A lot of gamers, y'all had all this time to come in. Like when I realized I was months behind, I was sick to my stomach. I couldn't imagine being to where the whole sets end up not coming, another series don't come out, and I've been playing the game for this long and I didn't know about the cards. That's gonna suck.
Yeah, I mean, and all these solos were so long ago. I only really play creative now, but man, I can't believe I played this game that much.
Yeah, and I mean that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. I will say one thing we didn't talk about. I mean, we going on 3 hours, but one thing I didn't talk about either is I'm interested to see what's next for the pro scene as well. I think that I think the pro scene is in a very interesting spot. Tim Sweeney was very clear on how this is going to be broken down. If y'all don't know, just give y'all a little perspective on it. The pro scene is kind of frustrated. I don't know why, but they're kind of frustrated because the creators of the
But everyone's
yeah,
always frustrated no matter
yeah,
what.
the creators of the map is getting, as we talked about, is getting 40%. The pro scene is frustrated because they feel like the prize pools should be bigger for them. But to be honest, they wouldn't have a way to practice or prepare to even compete if it wasn't for the creative maps. So I don't think that they should I don't think they should be too harsh on that. But I do think the pro scene is going to get a little bit more unique with UEFN. I think that they're going to be able to put like actual FNCS things into the map and do things like that, different locations, different trophies. It's going to become more of a spectacle. I just think it's going to take a year or two. So I don't think the pro scene should be too frustrated, but it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out as well.
So you're at 574 hours played. You guys are making me feel really bad about like what I do in my free time.
That's healthy.
Like I'm at 2,225. You're at 500. I've got to reevaluate my life.
Yeah, yo, Mac, I did have a question. I'm glad you in here. I was looking at I don't know anything about the toys or the action figures. I'm about to say it all wrong and everything. But Mac, so those McFarlane 7, what is it? The 7-inch figures, are those some of the most scarce toys? Don't quote me on that. I just been trying to do research on the whole aspect of the hobby.
You get into the toys.
No. But I just
Oh,
I just I just want to I just want to know what's like, cuz those are the ones that they decide to market. So I was very interested in that.
I mean, I did start in the beginning, but I didn't play like I played in the like chapter 2 is when I really started playing Fortnite.
Got you. Yeah, I was looking at that. I've been looking at it and seeing how I have no idea how that works. Pause. Dill, pause.
See, here comes Dill. All right, we gotta wrap it up. It's going on 3 hours,
Yo,
and Dill's starting to
pause.
get crazy.
That
We appreciate you
yo.
guys hanging out with us this long. Please go and join the forum at fortnitecards.com. Once I create the forum discussion for the top 50, I want everyone to put in their top 50. I'm going to try to make it so that no one else can see it, and I'll approve them for our next episode. Let's get off of this before
Yeah.
he goes crazy.
Yo, oh my god.
But yeah, we'll talk to you guys in the forum, and we'll catch you guys next time.